not worry.
Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to a brand new Do Not Worry stream. I'm your host, Anthony, coming to you from the heart of Lebanon in the 09. I'm coming to you solo tonight with my little buddy, Maki, who's got a couple little things on his neck. Weird little hairless patches. Vet never got back to me. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a good night. Hello, Marina. We got our moderator. Marina's in the house. Saw Marina over the weekend. Jim, hello. Marina swung by to our event. Kate from Canada, hello. Nogzalotl, hello. Raimi Winter, hello. Pokare Joy. Wait, what? Pochra Roy. J Roy. What up, J Roy? I'm just gonna call you J Roy. Raimi, hello. Hidden Iron, hello. Hope everyone's having a good night. We're gonna be talking. We have a bunch of things to talk about tonight, folks. Noah Samsen, friend of the show, went on No Politic Here. Also friends of the show with Chris Kunzler and Isaac Hale. Talked about Ethan a bunch, so we're going to react to that segment of their podcast. We're also going to Taylor Lorenz went on the Vanguard to talk about Ethan and stuff, so I want to watch that segment as well. But before we get to that, we're going to talk about the shooting at Bondi Beach in Australia, sort of the reaction to that. The hero, the Syrian hero, Ahmad al-Ahmad, who was confusing Islamophobes. Islamophobes were like, this is a terrorist attack, we got to ship out all the Muslims. But, you know, in parallel, a Muslim was one of the heroes, was the hero. It's so fucking beautiful, so inspirational. I love Ahmad. So he's confusing the shit out of Islamophobes right now. What do? Do we keep the Muslims? Do we kick them out? So we're going to talk about that. There's a couple little topics up top that I want to talk about, some fun things. But before we get into that, folks, let me take a second to just remind you all, if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to do so via Patreon or YouTube. Memberships are at 322 memberships. We have a goal of 350 members at the end of the month. If you guys would like to support, we would be very thankful. Let me take a second to thank some of our lovely patrons. Got your patrons, Eliad Mujaber, Daniel Nechle, and let me welcome a brand new blonde patron, Mercedes. Mercedes W. W's for Mercedes W in the chat, folks. Welcome, Mercedes. Thank you for supporting the channel and becoming a blonde patron. I just uploaded our members live to Patreon, so for the patrons who weren't able to watch it live, for members, you can watch it now on replay on Patreon. Let's go. And yeah, members get one extra live stream every single week, members exclusive. And some more, let me thank some more patrons, superhero patrons like Jordan M, Maroon Bousleiman, and Pee Wee Hernan. Beautiful blonde patrons like Danielle Richards, Matt Giersick, Rosarium, Edmund, Pisarik Melissa, Megan Lowndes, Fergus Grant, Marina Nimis, Nobody 99, abductee patrons like Bertram, Balk the Pigeon, Bad Pierogi, and Kathleen Kegla. Thank you so much, everyone, for your support. It means a lot. And also Matthew Valescas, who just threw a couple of bucks in the live chat. You guys can also support us via live chat. But you guys don't have to do any of that to be supportive of the channel, folks. It is more than enough for you guys to simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a Do Not Warrior, engage in the live chat, join our Discord, engage in there, have some fun with everybody. I have my left eye is twitching today, folks. Thankfully, you guys can't notice, but my left eye is bothering the living shit out of me today. Twitching. Super weird. Also, I want to ask you guys, do you prefer if I read super chats at the end of the show? Should I start gathering super chats and reading them at the end of the show, or do you guys like, let me make a poll. Do you guys like it when I read them as you guys send them? Start a poll. Reads super chats during or after show? During, end of show. Start poll. I need your help. Also, I'm going to do another poll later. If you guys are down for a gaming stream later at night, dispatch episodes 3 and 4. I'll play them on the gaming channel. But first, let me know what you guys prefer for the super chats, because sometimes people tell me that it's annoying. They feel that like I'm stopping the flow of the show every time I stop to read a super chat. So I want to listen to what you guys like. I feel like I can very easily do the thing at the end, but sometimes someone will throw a super chat and they might not stick around to the end of the show. So maybe they want their super chat read then and there. And if I don't read it, then they might not want to support like another time or something. So I feel like it's more value for the viewer and for the people for the person who's donating. I want to, you know, give them their value right then and there. But if it's annoying for everyone else, and if it's slowing down the rhythm of the show, let me know. Yeah, some super chats. I think I can mix. Marina says between subjects is better. Thank you, Marina, for the $2. Marina, W's in the chat for Marina. Matthew Velasquez also asked afternoon with coffee, carrot cake, and DNW podcast. Let's go. Enjoy that coffee and carrot cake. Carrot cake is delicious. Jim, gifting 5 Do Not Worry memberships. Let's go. Thank you so much, Jim. So very generous. Mayor Jim, El Mukhtar Jim, beloved member, patron, moderator, uncle, spiritual uncle. Matthew says, I donated because you read them right away. Well, there you go, folks. There's your answer. Thank you, Matthew, for the other dono. Ghoulish Toad just became a member. Thank you so much, Ghoulish Toad, for becoming a member. W's in the chat for Ghoulish Toad. We love y'all. So far, I have 70% preferred during. So I think I'm going to stick with that so far, 78%. I'll see how it goes. Maybe we'll experiment from time to time. We'll experiment. I just want you. I don't want anyone to feel like, you know, they're not like I've ignored them or something. You know what I mean? But if I ever do ignore, ooh, Ghoulish says resub. Well, thank you so much, Ghoulish. That's very sweet. If I ever do ignore your super chat at the beginning, I'm just leaving it for later. Also, let me thank some of our beautiful YouTube members, like earlier self, Kirsten Michelle. Emily B545 Abel, Soy Killjoy, Eric the Reed, Vinyl Lotus, Raed Kadura 22, Red Song 4, Swampy Boy, who's an Asmongold fan as well, Robin Kep 1929, Jules 2005, Kitty Yora Sheepy, and Miguel MX 15H. Thank you so much to all of our members, whether you've been gifted a membership, whether you pay for your membership, whether you've been a member for 6 months or 1 month. Thank you so much. We love you so much. You guys make sure that you keep the lights on. You make sure that we can keep going over here. With all that down, let us start getting to our topics. Oh, also, make sure to subscribe to the gaming channel. The link is pinned on top of the live chat. Let me know. I'm going to do another poll later to see if you guys are down for some Dispatch on the gaming channel. So subscribe to the gaming channel. We're going to play Dispatch episodes 3 and 4, hopefully tonight at midnight Lebanon time. So that's like over 3 hours from now. Hopefully this stream will be like 2.5 hours. I'll take an hour-long break. Then I'll play some Dispatch. Hopefully. Chris says, like, if you're going to read super chat that was donated at the start of the show, then read them at the end. People would lose context. I know, that's the thing. They would lose context. I kind of agree with that. I agree with that, Chrissy. Chrissy, my boy. All right, let us start with what's up top. Okay, some quick topics. Also, Rob Reiner we're going to talk about. Tourists to the U.S. would have to submit 5 years of social media history under new Customs and Border Protection plans. Visitors on the ESTA program would also need to submit a selfie. So that's kind of batshit crazy. 5 years of social media history under new Customs and Border Protection plans. I mean, social media, you guys know. So, Lesbian Seagull has become a member. Thank you so much, Lesbian Seagull, for becoming a member. W's in the chat for Lesbian Seagull. Welcome to the family. That's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, look, if I visit the States, I'm not a tourist. I'm a U.S. citizen. But like, holy shit. Like, I mean, I've been critical of the U.S. and like, I don't even know what they're judging for. Like, you could be critical of the U.S. I've been critical of President Trump. If you're critical of ICE, if you're critical of Israel, like, what's the barometer here? You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure they're going to be looking for critical of Charlie Kirk. They're probably going to be upset about that. Speaking of Charlie Kirk, I forgot about this. Check out this fun little topic right here. Here in Lebanon, someone filmed this at a mall, at a Christmas like parade or like a Christmas show inside of a mall. They were playing "We Are Charlie Kirk." Wait. I gotta mute this because I'm gonna get into copyright trouble. Here we go. Look at that. Okay, Lebanese mall. They are celebrating. I think this is what is this? Is the City Mall? No, this might be this is what fucking mall is this? This is City Center in Hazmiya. This is where we have our only IMAX screen in Lebanon. Folks, they're playing "We Are Charlie Kirk" during a Christmas show. How fucking crazy is that? How random is that? We are Charlie Kirk playing at a Lebanese mall. Literally the remixed version of We Are Charlie Kirk. Like, it's kind of funny. It's kind of hilarious. We are Charlie Kirk. Yeah, one of our videos got demonetized because of the song, by the way. So even if it's AI, they'll come for you. Copyright will come for you for AI. So We Are Charlie Kirk, folks, in every Lebanese mall. By $20 dono. Holy shit, from Brat 6738 says, you better not read this until the very end. Kidding. Oh, you scared me there. You better not read this. Okay, we got you there. We got you there, Brat. Thank you so much for the generous dono. So far, 62% prefer during, but it's kind of close. I mean, 48% preferring later. That ain't too bad. But anyways, that was very funny. You know what I mean? Oopsie. Oopsie. What'd you guys say? Oh, that's just my folder. Ain't nothing here. We are Charlie Kirk. We carry the flame. So 5 years of social media, but it's not even like it gets even worse than that, folks. It's even worse than that. Insanely submitting your past 5 years of social media to enter the US as a tourist is only a small part of the proposed upcoming requirements. You'll also need to give your DNA. Let me make sure there's no community note. This seems accurate. You'll also need to give your DNA among many other new requirements. All the additional info you'll need to give as a tourist eligible for ESTA, meaning those tourists who don't need a visa. For instance, from EU, UK, Australia, Japan, and other visa waiver countries. All your social media accounts from the last 5 years, all your biometrics, face, fingerprint, DNA, and iris, all your phone numbers from the last 5 years, all your email addresses from the last 10 years. What? Tourists who don't need a visa. Like, seriously, someone from the UK has to... Dude, that's like, no one's going to want to come to the US with all of this shit. Literally, who's going to want to visit when you have all of these requirements? All of your email addresses from the last 10 years. Are you fucking crazy? IP addresses and metadata from your submitted photos, names of your family members, parents, spouse, siblings, children, all your family members' phone numbers from the last 5 years. Yo, this has got to be a troll. Your family members' dates of birth, your family members' places of birth, your family members' residencies, all of your business phone numbers from the past 5 years, all of your business email addresses from the last 10 years. If you do need a visa, I imagine the requirements are... That's if you don't need a fucking visa. Oh my god. Oh my god. I imagine the requirements are going to be far more drastic. Holy shit. This is straight from the Department of Homeland Security. Documentation, which you can find here. Public Inspection Federal Register. Here, let's open that shit. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, no, Harley, 4303, who's been a member for 8 months. Thank you so much, Harley. He says, bro, I'm not going to the USA anytime soon. I know, right? Like, if I'm a US citizen, and even I'm terrified just because if they do check my social media, like, what'd you say about Charlie Kirk? By the way, I've said nothing. We are Charlie Kirk. You've heard our malls. I love City Center. It's my favorite mall just because they have, you know, the only IMAX in Lebanon. Sorry. WhatsApp. So anyways, yeah, this is batshit crazy, folks. This is terrifying. Again, so let's open this up here. Let's see what this says. High value data elements to comply. Telephone numbers. Yeah, this is insane. DNA? What like a blood test? What how do you give fucking DNA? Nutty. Nutty. Anyway, so yeah, this is America essentially killing their tourism. I mean, if ICE agents walking around kidnapping any person that remotely looks brown isn't bad enough for tourism, if being openly racist, you know, like the president is being openly racist, people in the government are being openly racist, like it's just completely fucked. Why would you want to visit the States unless you absolutely have to? My family lives there. Like, I have to visit now, but like I would not want to visit during these times at all. This sounds fucking horrendous. This is basically making it impossible for people to get visas, and it's a deterrent. This is a tourism deterrent, which, I mean, hey, if you want less foreigners in your country, this is definitely going to help, but it's also going to kill a lot of industries that rely on tourism, man. Like, that's fucking crazy. Tourism is a key part of almost most economies in the world, particularly the American economy. You know what I mean? There's so many attractions that people travel from all over the world to go to fucking Disneyland, Disney World, all that sort of shit, man. Like, what are you talking about? You're making it impossible for people to come. You're like, they're basically turning away potential revenue. They're saying, no, thank you. We do not want your money. Keep your money. And you'd think they would only do this to like countries that needed visas, like Muslim countries. Not that I'm saying that that's right, but that's what you think. They're doing this to like the UK, like European countries, UK, Australia, Japan, like EU, all of the whole EU, like France. If you're French, a white Frenchman, hey, you got to give us all your social media, all your email addresses, your family's email addresses, their date of birth, place of birth. It's kind of crazy. But anyways, moving on from this fun little update. We're not going to read the whole thing. Quentin Tarantino. We talked about Quentin Tarantino a bunch last week. His shitty comments about Owen Wilson, Matthew Lillard, and of course Paul Dano. Well, according to Pop Tings, Quentin Tarantino revealed that he and his wife, Daniela Pick, are fully committed to Israel and consider the country their permanent home. The couple has spent the last several years living there and says they have no plans to return to the U.S., emphasizing that their current lifestyle reflects their values and long-term choices, explaining that their connection to Israel isn't temporary, but deeply rooted. Quentin. Chris says, by the way, out of topic, were you serious about having a button? I already have a plan ready for it to be implemented and tested. Hells yeah, I want a goddamn button. Are you kidding me? I will take that button, Chris. Button. Who wants a button, folks? Who wants a button? Should I get a button? All right, new poll. End poll. New poll. Button? You guys can vote on whether or not we should get a button. Let's go. Let me see if there's a video about that or something. Google. Quentin Tarantino. Deeply rooted Israel. Where did they reveal that, man? I'll die a Zionist? J-Feed? What? I'll die as a Zionist. Quentin Tarantino's unshakable life in Tel Aviv during the war. Actress Daniela Pick revealed that her husband, acclaimed director Quentin Tarantino, refused to leave Tel Aviv during the war, telling her, whatever. Whatever, man. Like, if something happens, I'll die as a Zionist, man. As she shared intimate details of their family life in Israel and her new Hollywood role. Ooh, this is great. Let's fucking read the shit out of this, yo. Birdlord says, I hate the button idea. Ooh, we're getting a lot of no's. 55% yes, 45% no. I mean, listen, guys, artful is... I mean, guys, I've put my foot in my mouth a couple times. I think a button could be useful. But people are... So people don't want a button, huh? Listen, guys, I'll listen to the chat. If you guys don't want a button, then no button, I guess. I mean, look, I could get a button and just not tell you about it. Wink, wink. You know what I mean? Just in case. Arawi says you don't need one. Your authenticity and moral character are enough. Well, thank you so much, Arawi. That's very sweet. I do appreciate that. Back to Quentin Tarantino being a dick. No retreat, Tarantino during the war. Actress, model, and... By the way, when was this? This was published on December 8th, so a few days ago. Actress, model, and singer Daniela Pick, who married famed Hollywood director Quentin Tarantino in 2018, offered a candid look into their family life in an Israeli news interview. The couple, who reside in Tel Aviv with their 2 children, made it clear that leaving Israel during the war was never an option. When asked if the director, known for classics like Pulp Fiction and Inglourious Basterds, considered returning to Hollywood as bombs fell on Tel Aviv, Pick was definitive. Absolutely not. First of all, Quentin takes it the easiest way in the world. Pick shared, most of the time he wouldn't even go down to the shelter if I didn't tell him, and I have 2 small children in my arms, so he helps me. He isn't afraid. She then shared a remarkable quote illustrating his commitment to Israel. Once he said something funny to me. Well, whatever, man. Like, if something happens, man, I'll die as a Zionist, man. And then he threw in like an N-word randomly. So I said, well, okay. Pick reiterated that the decision was firm. It was during the war that Tarantino said, We'll be here, man. It was clear. Despite past reports suggesting Tarantino might be working on a play in London, Pick confirmed there are no plans to uproot the family from their North Tel Aviv home. Tarantino himself has been previously quoted saying, "I love it in Israel. If I didn't love it, I wouldn't be there." Well, I believe you, Quentin Tarantino. Everything about your personality, the things you said about Paul Dano. There's a badass photo that we're going to react to, by the way, for Paul Dano. But anyways, if I didn't love it, man, I wouldn't be there. N-word. A warm and supportive family man. Pick painted a portrait of a domestic Tarantino enjoying life as a... Oh, so people are 58% no, by the way. Kate from Canada sends $7 and says, every time you use the button, you have to make a donation to Gaza Mutual Aid. Hell yeah. Jim sends $2 and says, button connected to a shock collar on Chris. Would you guys want that? By the way, can someone share the link for the Gaza Mutual Aid in the chat so that I can pin it, please? Please, please. I think that the link can be found in like the description of most of our videos, so that we can help support Mohsen during the winter times, folks. A warm and supportive family man. Pick painted a portrait of a domestic Tarantino enjoying life as a hands-on father who is also learning Hebrew. He told reporters that he enjoys playing with my kids, man, walking around the neighborhood or riding my bike around the neighborhood, just going out with my good friends and having fun, drinking and smoking cigars or having dinner with my good friends. Pick praised his role as a husband and father, and he's an amazing father, I have to say that. He's warm, family-oriented, huggable, funny, and playful. He's also an amazing and supportive husband, and he always pushes me. We always get along really well. The couple who met in 2009 while Tarantino was promoting Inglourious Bastards instantly connected and married 7 years ago. Pick also revealed that the director, despite his global success, once thought a family wasn't in his future, making her especially happy that he was able to fulfill himself in writing as well as a father and as a partner. Home life, okay, blah, blah, blah. Do we have any other mentions of Zionists? Well, that's it. Well, anyways, that's Quentin Tarantino being a Zionist. But also, don't forget, it's now cool to hate on Tarantino, folks. Ooh, what happened? Switched positions. Light one off. It's cool to hate on Tarantino now, folks. After him being an asshole to a beloved Hollywood actor, Paul Dano. This was posted on like a Michael Cera fan account. That's not the real Michael Cera account, but like this is like an old ass picture of a young, little boyish Michael Cera sitting with a very badass looking Paul Dano. I must say, like, this is a pretty fucking G'd up picture. Like the aura that is emanating from Paul Dano in this photo is I don't know. It is considerate, folks. It is intense. He looks like he looks a little bit older than Michael Cera at this point. He looks like his protector. Looks like Joel from The Last of Us, just without a beard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would ride with this guy in an apocalypse. Like, this guy would defend me, I feel. And Florence Pugh, so the caption says, fuck Quentin Tarantino, obviously, which is awesome. But Florence Pugh liked this photo, folks. Hollywood star Florence Pugh liked this photo, which means that it's now okay. It is now cool. It is now mainstream to hate on Quentin Tarantino in Hollywood. Normally, these actors would not want to get near anything criticizing Tarantino. Tarantino's like a god in the industry. Look at this. I fucking love this shit. It's awesome. Let me see if the link is here. Ooh, there's the link. Jim shared the link. Let me pin it on top of the live chat, folks. Remind me to... So no for the button, huh? Okay, no for the button. So, love this photo. Love Michael Cera. I mean, actually, no, Michael Cera's kind of a dick. I like Michael Cera in this photo, I guess. Love Paul Dano. Let's go. And Florence Pugh. Pretty damn cool, if you ask me. Instead of one more. And yeah, so Matthew Lillard. God damn. Matthew Lillard was one of the actors who caught strays from Quentin Tarantino for no fucking reason. He was shitting on Paul Dano, then capped it off. And by the way, like, I don't like Owen Wilson and Matthew Lillard. So he's just been hired by Ryan Reynolds to do like a quick ad for Mint Mobile. You know, you could say it was like a sympathy hire, but still, we support it. You know, no such thing as a sympathy hire. We love Matthew Lillard, even though he took the job from Melissa Barrera and God, what's her name? I always forget her name. Jenna Ortega from Scream 7. You know what I mean? He's happy working for the Zionists over at Paramount. You know, he does have a rainbow heart on his jacket, folks. So he might not mind. He does not mind taking Zionist money and you know, taking someone's role from Scream 7 because they got fired for standing up for Palestine. But he will wear the you know, the pride flag on the heart.
There are only two things that are universally loved: saving money and beloved actor Matthew Lillard.
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, it's not unanimous, you know?
Okay, there's only one thing that's universally loved. Now, when you sign up for Mint Mobile, you'll get unlimited premium wireless for $15 a month.
I'm not really sure why I'm here.
Oh, I don't care for the attitude, Lillard.
Does the teleprompter say zoinks? I'm not saying zoinks.
There are only two.
Harley says, thank you all so much. We really want to buy tarpaulins and replace fixed tents where possible. That's where our funds will go towards. Let's take a... So let me finish up this topic. So here's Matt. I mean, look, Matthew's a sweet guy. I mean, I'm kidding around about the Palestine stuff. He should have... It sucks. Now, anyone that works with Paramount, are they Zionists? I don't think so. Matthew's a working actor. He needs the role. He's been part of the Scream franchise. So look, it's not shocking that he would take the role. I'm being half facetious when I say that. But anyways, no one should take shit from Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino is a very powerful person in Hollywood. Those comments could have impacted these guys' careers, but thankfully, because they have good friends in Hollywood, you know, friends in the industry that could look out for them. Not that Ryan Reynolds, you know, is like the coolest guy ever. But thank you so much to Ryan Reynolds for doing this. Marina says, I love Matthew Lillard, my new William Afton. I haven't seen the Five Nights at Freddy's movies. I heard those things are shit, though. But anyways. That's the Quentin Tarantino update. Before we get into the Quentin Tarantino update, before we get into the next topic, let me just open up the chuffed link right here. If you guys want to support... Wait, why is the link not opening? Oh, the page didn't open. I think there's something wrong with that link, Jim. Let me try to get it from somewhere else real quick. Quick donation link. Let me go back to one of my older lives. Okay, there it is. If you guys want to support, I have the link that I'm going to pin on top of the live chat. Replace pin message. Artful Decadence, by the way, said Florence really shone in Midsommar and Don't Worry Darling. She did. She was great in Midsommar, and Don't Worry Darling I thought was kind of a shit movie. Like, it wasn't that bad, but like I kind of thought the twist at the end was kind of stupid, but she was great. She was a great part of that movie. Like, she carried the whole fucking thing. If it weren't for her, I think the movie would have been like way dumber than I thought it ended up being. But yeah, no, you're right there. So if you guys want to help support Mohsen and the people in Gaza, support Gaza City Mutual Aid. Mohsen is using the money for like food, flour, shelter, clothing for everyone over there. And they regularly post updates with dates at the bottom so that you know that the money's going to the right place. It's going to help the people on the ground. Right now, they're focusing on shelter, like and fixing tents because it's raining. It's very cold in Gaza, and to try to provide people with winter clothes as well as food and flour and basics on the side. So if you guys want to support, consider making a donation. We raised all of this together. You guys raised all of this money, £12,000, and we raised like almost $2,000 via YouTube super chats. We raised a total of $17,000 together. That's how much we were able to help. That's what you guys were able to do. So if you guys want to consider supporting in this holiday season, during Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and help the people in Palestine, consider giving whatever you can on the link that is pinned on top of the description. It's on top of the live chat. It's also in the description of this video. And let's go. Let's go, folks. Let's do it. And with all that down, let us move into the next topic here. Sorry, let me close this up. Keep this organized. 7 new members today. I'll also update the members numbers in a second. I'll die Zionist, Quentin Tarantino. Okay, legendary actor and director, mainly director, Rob Reiner and his wife were found stabbed to death in their LA home. And their son is being eyed by the police. I guess he's arrested now. He's under police custody. Let's just watch this quick report. I'm sure a lot of you guys already saw this. Pretty sad news. Let us watch this news report.
Legendary Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his longtime wife Michelle Singer Reiner were found stabbed to death inside their Brentwood home. And police were called to the residence on...
Yeah, pretty gruesome, by the way. He's the director of like legendary movies like Stand By Me. This is Spinal Tap. When Harry Met Sally, like a lot of those classics, you know what I mean? Like back in the 80s and 90s and stuff like that. Like I'm not the Princess Bride. I'm not a huge fan, particularly of any of his films. Like I didn't grow up on When Harry Met Sally or Princess Bride or anything like that. But I know he means a lot to so many people. He's a legend in the industry. Very much like a Democrat, you know, just by all accounts, a very sweet guy and a very versatile director. Like that's something you can't say about a lot of people. Like I saw a great tweet that I wish I had saved. Like they're like, he made the best ever romantic comedy. He made the best ever fantasy comedy, like with Harry Met Sally and with Princess Bride. He made the best ever like fake documentary, like mockumentary with This Is Spinal Tap. So not only was he a very versatile director, able to play in all these different arenas, because there's a lot of directors that are like one note, they make one kind of movie and they do it all over and over again. He's not that kind of guy. He's not that kind of guy at all. Very talented, extremely versatile, and everything he touches, like he made so many legendary films. So he has a resume unlike many other people. So this is a massive, like there's a lot of shock in the industry right now. You know what I mean? His death is definitely causing a lot of anguish. So, you know, I get why people are as upset as they are.
Sunday afternoon, following reports of an ambulance death investigation. According to law enforcement sources, officers discovered a man and a woman with stab wounds inside the home. The Los Angeles Fire Department confirmed that a 78-year-old man and a 68-year-old woman...
I used to love Stand By Me. Is that the one with Macaulay Culkin? That one was kind of scary. Like, was that the one with the bees? Like, someone gets stung by bees in Stand By Me, or am I thinking of another movie?
...were found dead at the scene. Authorities and sources later confirmed the victims were Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Reiner, who had been married since 1989. Investigators are now eyeing the couple's 32-year-old adult...
Oh, My Girl. Okay, so that was My Girl. Yeah, so that I always got those confused. Wait, he made You've Got Mail? I love You've Got Mail. What? Rob Reiner filmography. Let's see what he's made. He made The Bucket List. He's in The Wolf of Wall Street, Sleepless in Seattle. Really? He made that? He made goddamn. I mean, fucking You've Got Mail is a fucking classic. I love You've Got Mail, to be honest. He made Ed TV, or is he in Ed TV? But so many. I mean, yeah. No, guy's a legend. Guy's a legend for sure. Misery, When Harry Met Sally, Stand By Me, This Is Spinal Tap 2, Princess Bride, This Is Spinal Tap, A Few Good Men, You Can't Handle the Truth. Classics. I mean, classics. This is also like one of the most famous courtroom dramas of all time. So like, yeah, the guy's a fucking legend. The guy's a goddamn legend.
Son, screenwriter Nick Reiner, as a person of interest in the deadly stabbing. At this stage, police have not announced any arrests or formally named a suspect. Sources say a knife is believed to have been used in the attack. Detectives from the LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division, a unit that handles high-profile cases across the city, were seen entering and exiting the home.
Yeah, I've never seen Princess Bride. Never seen it. I've seen clips of it. Never looked interesting to me. So, oh yeah, so he was in Ed TV. I haven't seen Ed TV in so long. I used to love that movie. And there's a quote that I'll never forget. There's like Matthew McConaughey's like Like, would you rather me just sit there with my thumb up my ass? I just remember that just visual of like someone sticking a thumb up his ass. And that's a line I've used in my life ever since. Like, I'm like, what do you want me to do? Sit down with my thumb up my ass? Like, thank you, Matthew McConaughey. Thank you, Ed TV, for that beautiful line and visual.
As the investigation continued, the street outside the residence was blocked off as officers secured the area. According to the New York Post, there was a man at the scene, identifying himself as Rocco, who said he was Reiner's assistant. He reportedly offered help to officers.
So, and he said they're found dead in their home. I mean, very gruesome, very sad.
That should never happen to anybody.
There's a couple of...
I don't care about your...
So here's an interview with his son from a couple of years ago. Interview with Rob Reiner and his son. I'm not sure if there's any programming involved, but there's an obvious psychopathic vibe Reiner's son is giving off. Okay, I mean, look, I don't know about that, but let's see.
Feel that stuff for you? That would seem to be hard for me.
It's not hard to reveal that stuff. It's only hard to reveal that stuff to then get told you're a spoiled white rich kid, and it's like, okay, maybe all these things.
Well, who would say that to you? Not your dad.
No,
but world.
The world, you know. Listen, I had to talk to him about this. Listen, I know what it's like to be the son of.
Yeah.
And
yeah, his dad was also like a legendary. Was his dad like a legendary actor? Like their whole family, the whole Reiner family, very storied in Hollywood.
to have people assume certain things about you, and it's very, very difficult.
Well, how did you handle that?
Well, I mean,
Obviously you didn't go to drugs, but you must have had those
in
issues.
the
Your
60s
father's an icon.
In the 60s, there was plenty of drugs around.
Yeah.
But you just have to know what you do, and that you have to block out all that extraneous noise. And it's hard for him because this is the first time. He's, you know, all of a sudden there's a lot of attention. People are talking.
Yeah.
And
Here's what I'll try to do. I'll try to do a Princess Bride first time watching, but I need to get someone who knows how to edit it in a way where like the video won't get taken down for copyright. There's a lot of videos of people that watch movies for the first time, and you can see some of the clips as I'm reacting. So I need to watch it, screen record the movie as like I'm watching it, and then it needs to be edited in a way where it jumps from me to the movie. We cut scenes. Like I could try to do that if you guys are interested in that. If you guys are interested, we can attempt something like that.
you know, he has the double whammy. He's got me and he got his grandfather, and they're going to say whatever the heck they want, but they don't know. They don't know what he's experienced. They don't know what he's gone through.
Yeah.
They don't know why he's done what he does, and you know, and it's pretty dumb, pretty ignorant of people to say just because you're born and you have money and that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You know, people have their own issues.
Human beings
regardless.
are complicated,
Yes.
messed up.
So he was being accused of being like of taking advantage of nepotism, you know, having everything handed to him on a silver platter. I guess that's one of the reasons why he was addicted to alcohol and drugs.
And also, it's like the Kardashians can go shopping and complain about how there's no air conditioning in the fucking store, and you know, no one bashes them.
Yeah.
It's like I wrote a movie about doing drugs and having a hard time, and people still, you know,
People
they
have
a
really
field
said
day.
stuff about that?
Oh yes,
That's
absolutely.
insane to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
but
this
you
is-
have to keep yourself focused and know what
Whatever.
you do.
Yeah.
Know what you do. This is what we set out to do.
Right.
And I told him, you know, while we were making the movie, I said, I don't care what happens. I don't care if, you know, they don't even see the movie. Nobody wants to. I said, we're winning. We are winning.
Yeah.
Because we're throwing ourselves into our work.
Yeah.
And good things are coming out of it.
Absolutely.
And hopefully it can help some people, because we've been on some shows. We were on a show the other day on
Look, it seems like a sweet ass dad being supportive of his son. You know what I mean? Like, seems like a very nice guy. His son was probably very disturbed, going through some deeply troubling things for him to have done what he did. But like, this also goes to show you how hard it is to get like projects done in Hollywood. Like, this dude is Rob Reiner's son, and they're like, no one's giving me a job. I can't get a script written anywhere. Like, it's fucking impossible to get anything done in fucking Hollywood right now. Like, you know what I mean? It's really difficult. Even renowned directors, legendary directors like Rob Reiner can't get like his son. I mean, look, you have to have some talent to back yourself up, obviously. So if his son is just a shitty writer, then I guess he's just a shitty writer. But even being backed up by Rob Reiner, you can't even get a project made. Like, it tells you a lot about the industry. Yeah, Jim, I do have. Jim says find recent pictures of him. I do have. Here we go. So this is a picture right here. So a lot of people are circulating the photo on the left of Nick Reiner, but that photo is from almost 10 years ago. The photo on the right is what Nick looks like now. He's the one in the middle. So yes, this is what he looked like in the interview we just looked at. That is what he looks like now. So as you can see, he's gained a little bit of weight, shaved head. I mean, beard. I mean, look, he still looks like an average Lebanese dude over here. Let me tell you, he looks like a a Lebanese dude you'll find at a club sitting at a table ordering a big bottle of champagne. But he looks miserable, kind of. Like, he's not smiling. He's not happy. Maybe the beard isn't as well kept as, like, those Lebanese dudes at the club. But he certainly looks, I mean, he's very dressed down. Everyone in the family's dressed kind of, you know, formally for the film premiere. He's just wearing a fucking Nike jacket, not smiling, no smiles for the camera, looks unhappy. So this is definitely a very different person than, you know, the guy sitting here.
NPR, where people were calling in and were saying, thank you so much for, you know, sharing your story. And they were telling us about what they were going through. And so if you can be helpful in that way, then that's good.
So, RIP. Yeah, so yeah, this is what he looks like now. And obviously, you guys know, when Charlie Kirk died, people were like, hey, you know, the left, they're all celebrating Charlie's death. They're so insensitive. It's so disrespectful. How dare they? You know what I mean? People lost their fucking jobs. They're going after people for their social medias. They're looking at my fucking social media for coming into the country. What did you say about Charlie Kirk? What have you said about ICE? What do you say about Donald Trump? Well, here's what Donald Trump had to say about Rob Reiner's passing. A very sad thing happened last night in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling but once very talented movie director and comedy star, has passed away, together with his wife Michelle, reportedly due to the anger he caused others through his massive, unyielding, and incurable affliction with a mind-crippling disease known as Trump Derangement Syndrome, sometimes referred to as TDS. He was known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump, with his obvious paranoia reaching new heights as the Trump administration surpassed all goals and expectations of greatness. And with the golden age of America upon us, perhaps like never before, may Rob and Michelle rest in peace. Jesus. Holy hell. Like, the dude just got stabbed by his son, an incredibly violent, horrific, traumatic death that you wouldn't wish upon your worst enemy. I mean, just like Charlie Kirk, you think what you will about Charlie Kirk. I was never out there being like, hey, yeah, that was cool. Like, that was fucked up. Like, getting publicly executed. As much of a piece of shit as Charlie Kirk is, you know? Public execution, getting shot in the throat. Like, all right. That's kind of fucking crazy. So for him to be like, to instantly jump and be like, hey, I mean, RIP, a very sad thing happened in Hollywood. Rob Reiner, a tortured and struggling, but once very talented. I mean, this is kind of insane, man. What an asshole. Directly makes it about himself. He's obsessed. He can't, like, he views everything through the lens of, what did this person say about me? What did this person have to say about me? And at this point, since he's the president, everyone in the world has shared their opinion with Donald Trump. So when they die, anytime anyone dies at this point, he's just going to have to be like, look up their tweets. What did they say about me? If you like Donald Trump, you're going to be like, this person was a legend. He was a hero. If you said, fuck Donald Trump, you're a piece of shit. And he's always going to bring it up. He's always going to bring it up. It doesn't matter. But, like, he can't look at things. He can't separate. Like, dude, you're the president. Of course, people are going to criticize you. Put that on the side, okay? Just fucking say, rest in peace. He was a legendary director. Don't even mention, he may have disagreed with me. Don't even mention that. Just be like, we just lost a great one. We lost a legend, you know? And then if someone, like, if a reporter asks you, but he was very critical of all of your work, sir, then you can be like, well, you know what? Agree to disagree, whatever. That's when you kind of answer it, and you still answer it politely. There's no fucking reason, you know, to just shit on the guy. Insane. There's a video, too. He's on video. The guy's such a narcissist, man.
A number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his.
A number of Republicans have denounced your statement on Truth Social after the murder of Rob Reiner. Do you stand by that
He's been denounced.
post?
Well, I wasn't a fan of his at all. He was a deranged person as far as Trump is concerned. He said he knew it was false. In fact, it's the exact opposite, that I was a friend of Russia, controlled by Russia. You know, it was the Russia hoax. He was one of the people behind it. I think he hurt himself.
He's one of the people behind the Russia hoax. Okay. Look, I'll be honest, I never really saw, like, everyone saying, like, he keeps saying that he kept posting about Trump. I've never seen any Rob Reiner anti-Trump content. It was just never in my algorithm. So I was never exposed to any of that stuff. I'm sure he did the regular, like, old boomer liberal kind of thing. Like, if he was anything like what's his name? The horror author. Goddamn, Stephen King. Is he like Stephen King or Mark Hamill? Like, just old boomer liberal, you know what I mean? Kind of like liberal Zionist. Vote for Kamala no matter what. Like, that kind of person. Yeah, okay, I get it. Like,
in career-wise, he became like a deranged person, Trump derangement syndrome. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all, in any way, shape, or form.
No one's asking if you're a fan. You don't have to be a fan to be like, R.I.P., he was a legend. If Bob Dylan died or something, you know, hey, what do you think about, I never liked his music, so, you know, he also didn't like me. Doesn't matter. Millions of Americans love Rob Reiner. Millions of Americans love Bruce Springsteen. So you got to be like, hey, R.I.P. to a legend. He's a great one. He was one of the greats. That's it. Oh, Alistair Russell says, Reiner interviewed Stephen King for an anti-Trump doc. Okay, so that does not surprise me. That, you see, that sounds consistent. Okay. Yeah, Alistair says he was really libbed up for sure. Yeah, I'm getting that vibe. I'm getting that vibe. And that's fine. That's like, it's just an old man. Okay, that's how they do it. They get overly passionate, an old boomer, liberal. You know what I mean? There's nothing offensive.
I thought it was very bad for our country, yeah.
Thought it was very bad for our country. Rob Reiner, dude, come on. The guy made some of the most, the longest lasting pop culture movies, you know? Like everyone in the chat is begging me to watch Princess Bride. You know what I mean? So it has stood the test of time. These films mean something to people. They're part of American culture, the American fabric. So Republicans or Democrats have grown up on these fucking movies, man. Like, you can't be a dick about it. Laura Loomer is following in Trump's footsteps. Rob Reiner was a loser. Naturally, his son was also a loser, and he got addicted to drugs and allegedly murdered his parents. Looks like Rob Reiner should have spent more time parenting and less time spreading Russia conspiracy hoaxes about President Trump. I stand with President Trump. Great, Laura Loomer. You're going to get your treat. President Trump is going to give you your treat because you stood with him. But someone unexpected has taken Rob Reiner's side, folks. Someone who was pretty as right-wing as they come at this point, folks. Hollywood actor James Woods. James Woods shared, you know, the Variety article that said 2 found dead at Rob Reiner's Brentwood house and says, Rob and I remained good friends ever since we made Ghosts of Mississippi. The studio didn't think I was old enough to do the part, but Rob fought for me. Political differences never stood in the way of our love and respect for each other. I am devastated by this terrible event. So here's a man who's standing against Trump and Laura Loomer and being like, hey, you know what? I mean, we might have disagreed, but the guy fucking stood by my side, made sure I got a role when people said I wasn't old enough. He had my side. So, I mean, look, I fucking hate James Woods. He's kind of an asshole, you know, but it's kind of it's a respectful way to come out and you know, show some support. And, you know, he's setting a better example than the president. How fucking sad is that? James Woods is doing what the president of the United States should have done. So, goddamn. Let's watch. He also went on Fox News to talk about Rob Reiner. Let's see what he had to say.
James, how did you know Rob Reiner?
I knew Rob Reiner because at a very, very down point in my career, Rob literally saved my career and really put me back on track in a way that was so important and rewarding in my life. And he really fought for me when the studio didn't want me in a movie. I was 32 years too young for the part, but he really believed that I was right and could do it. It was something that virtually nobody agreed with except one of his partners, Martin Schaefer, who was the head of Castle Rock and, you know, one of the greatest production companies ever. And we did Ghosts of Mississippi together, and I went from really being basically out of a job to getting an Academy Award nomination, and I give all the credit to Rob. And, you know, it's funny, people will would have seen, it's impossible to talk about him in the past tense, but.
Artful says, James Woods played a racist in Ghosts of Mississippi, I believe. Ooh, that's why I was really begging for the role. I really got to get this role, Rob. What can we do? You got to help me get this role. I got to be a racist. Does he say the N-word? He probably just really wanted to say the N-word a bunch of times. Rob, you don't get it. My character says the N-word 55 times. Please, I know I'm 32 years too young for the role, but I need to get it.
I'd be at a party at my friend's house, and people who didn't know that Rob and I knew each other, they'd see us laughing and, kidding each other, and they'd go, "How is it that you and Rob Reiner are friends?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" They said, "Well, you're so different in your politics and so on." I said, "Look, let me explain something about Rob Reiner so that you know. First of all, I judge people by how they treat me, and Rob Reiner was a godsend in my life. We got along great. We loved each other. We had more fun together doing a very..."
I judge a person by how they treat me. Now, look, to a degree, I agree. If someone's nice to me, I have to take that into consideration. But I also judge people by how they treat others. I'm sorry, man. Like, you had that is a huge factor in how I talk to people. Like, I don't want to hang out with people if they're rude to like a waiter. That says a lot about someone. Like, you know what I mean? If someone's a dick to other people, even if they're nice to me, I still keep them at arm's length. I'm not saying Rob Reiner's a piece of shit, but like, I judge people. You can't just judge people by how they treat you. You know what I mean? That's a little bit of QT Cinderella right there. Well, I mean, they don't make those homophobic jokes around me. They're nice to me. So, hey, I'm cool with it. It's like, no, you gotta stand up for the little guy, man. Come on, James Woods. Come on. But I mean, yeah, I'm expecting too much from James Woods. He had the one nice take. Now he's being nice to Rob Reiner. We can't expect too much from James Woods. This is already more than we could ever hope for.
Serious subject. It was a way to kind of get through it. And he was always on my side. But when people would say to me, "Well, what do you think of his politics?" I would say, "I think Rob Reiner is a great patriot." Do I agree with some of or many of his ideas on how that patriotism should be enacted to celebrate the America that we both love? No. But he doesn't agree with me either, but he also respects my patriotism. We had a different path to the same destination, which was a country we both loved.
Not the same destination. Now, your destination is much, how do you say, whiter. Your destination is much whiter looking than a destination that I think Rob Reiner would have been okay with. Your destination is a lot more homogenous. Your destination is a lot less welcoming to other people and other communities than the one that Rob Reiner would have liked, I believe. I think Rob Reiner's community offers people more liberties, ultimately. But I mean, yes, do you mean we both want an America that we individually love? He wanted an America that he loves, and I wanted an America that I love, yes. But you guys did not want the same America. Like, he's making it seem like we want the exact same thing, just different paths. No, because the thing that you want different destinations. Let's just put that out there. The destinations are not the same.
And when people would say terrible things to me on social media about him, I said, "You got it all wrong. And yes, I can see how you can disagree with him, but because you disagree with people doesn't mean that you have to hate people." And what Rob and I could do, Rob and I could sit in a room. I could sit in a room with Sean Penn, by the way. I could sit in a room with a lot of my liberal friends and say, "Look, I think you're wrong about this, this, and this." And they could say the same to me, and we would find a way to work it out. And that was one of the great things about him.
Cenk Uygur just walks in. "Who wants a beer? Who wants a beer? James Woods, you get a beer. Sean Penn, you get a beer." Where's Cenk? You know what I mean? Anytime a liberal and a Republican are sitting together, Cenk needs to be there to serve them beers. That should be just a new show. That should be a new concept on YouTube. Cenk, here's your fucking show. TYT struggling. Invite two people that completely hate each other. Bring them over for a beer. You know what I mean? And have them discuss politics over a beer. Let them get drunk, and then shit, man. Shit's gonna go fucking wild, man. You know what I mean? Hey, that's not bad. And Cenk is just dressed as like the bartender. Cenk is behind the bar, washing the bar. "All right, boys, another round on me." Start giving them some shots. You know what I mean? Have some fun with it. There you go. Serving beers. That one's for free, Cenk. You can use that one. That's it. Next one you have to pay me for. Who wants to see that? Who wants to see a Cenk Uygur bartender show where he has a Republican and a Democrat sitting together fighting over a beer and then hugging?
He was a real thinker when you had a chance to talk to him. And a lot of people just don't think anymore. And look, I knew and by the way, we're talking about a tragedy here about Rob and Michelle.
Right.
Two extraordinary, lovely people. And you can't forget how important it is, because that marriage, Michelle did in Rob's life what Rob did in my life at a time when I needed him. And all I've ever said about Rob Reiner is he's somebody I love, respect, and cherish. And when my friend Carol called me and said, listen, I want you to hear about this before it's on the news, Rob and Michelle were murdered. And I literally said, Rob and Michelle who? She goes, Reiner. And I said, I literally, you know when you can't breathe? I literally said, and I said, was it a home invasion? And she said, we don't know, but it may have.
No, may have been who, James? Tell us. Did I lose my internet? Seems to be working, does it? What happened? I can't even see if it's still connected. Is it still connected? Yeah, it's still connected. Goddamn Twitter video. Sorry, I didn't know if my internet stopped working. All right, well, anyways, we get what he's saying. Good job, James Woods. Very nice of you. And RIP to a great one, to a legend. We have a couple of more topics, and then we're gonna get to something fun. I just want to update real quick my members. We're at 7 new members tonight. I would love to update really quickly just the members numbers, because they don't automatically update for some reason. Sub goal. Here we go. Let me move it onto this screen. Uno momento, folks. Here you guys can look at little Makuki as he naps. Boom. Updated. Okay, one fun little topic before we get into the Bondi Beach shooting. We're not going to get into, we're not going to look at the shooting or the shooters. You guys know all of that at this point. The father and son duo, motives or anything like that. It was obviously, it seems like an anti-Semitic attack. So we'll get into that in a couple of seconds. I'll open those links up in a second. Or actually, let me do them now. Here. Actually, fucking no. I'll open that up in a second. Let us get to, where was the stream yesterday? I was going to stream yesterday. No, Paz, I was going to stream yesterday, but then the time came and I was too tired. So I was like, fuck it. I'll do it the next day. A waitress at TGI Fridays, an ATL airport, Belle, I think her name is Belle, went way beyond her job. Toddler mid-tantrum, she picked him up, grabbed fresh strawberries from the bar, walked him calm, all while handling her tables, turned chaos into magic for a stressed mom who said, I can't believe it. It truly does take a village, and small acts of kindness can change everything. Hero. So this little kid was having a tantrum. This waitress went out, did it above and beyond from her job. She grabbed little strawberries for the kid. Gave him strawberries, walked him around the restaurant, carrying him while still taking care of her tables and waiting tables, helping the mom out. So, I mean, truly, a very proactive employee, very professional.
We've never done that. Buddy, so I can't even believe.
There she is carrying that kid, who was there's no footage of the kid having a tantrum. This is just the post, the after effect. Jim D. Duker sends Nata and Maki $5. Thank you so much, Jim. So very generous of you. Very kind. Thank you so much, Jim. Maki, you hear that? You hear that, Maki? Sweet little boy. So here she is. Look at that. Mid-shift.
Buddy, so I can't even believe. Where'd you go, buddy?
The kid's happy. The kid's smiling. From going from tantrum to smiling. Oh, it was Paz's birthday. Paz, happy belated birthday. We want happy birthday chats for Paz in the chat, folks. Her name is Belle. So, I mean, the family posted, you know, about her. Video went viral on social media. She got a lot of recognition for helping that family out, helping that kid. Well, that video was recognized by TGI Fridays, folks. Who gave her a giant check? Let's see how much that check was worth, folks.
Across my desk last week, and they said, hey,
it's kind of spoiled on the screen, but... Okay, look, they gave her a $500 fucking novelty check, folks. Brittany Bell, a waitress at TGI Fridays, went viral worldwide for helping a mom calm her toddler right before a meltdown while still serving tables, was recognized by the owners and manager at work and gifted a check for $500. Folks, they fucking... It was like a car dealership opening. They had, like, people lined up. Like, there was going to be, like, a ribbon-cutting ceremony. They got a novelty check for $500. Are you kidding me?
Went viral, and I said, oh, Lord, what is it?
Like, if you're going to give someone $500, don't do all of that. Just fucking give her a little bonus at the end of the month on her paycheck. No one has to know. You did this to yourselves. Why would you put on this whole show? Like, is TGI Fridays hurting that bad? Are they hurting that bad? Like, what are, like, let's look into their stock price or something. Like, holy shit.
I got a message across my desk last week, and they said, hey, one of your servers went viral. And I said, oh, Lord, what did she do? I didn't know. When you hear viral, you never know. I saw this video, and it touched my heart like it touched millions of people around the country, maybe even around the world, wanting to give you some recognition, right? So I'm going to pass it over to the field.
This is a lovely moment because Brittany is an amazing employee that's been working with us for a while.
It's like they're building it up. So, holy shit, what's going to happen? Am I going to get a raise? Oh my God, they're going to make me manager. I'm going to get like, at least, like, look, if you're going to give it a huge check, at least make it $1,000.
We're really just having this moment where we can talk about and recognize genuine good customer service, genuine service you display. You don't fake it, you're genuine. We love that about you. And everything just went viral from what you said, but that's real. Those are normal moments that all of our employees have regularly. We're here today and having a moment to recognize this moment, and we want to present you with, like you see on TV.
It's even like, dude, it's covered up. They like fucking wrapped it. It's wrapped with a ribbon. Like, how much does the check itself cost? It's such a big check. Getting it printed at a shop, like, what, isn't this at least like $20 or something? Oh shit, and speaking of $20, Sunflower Dragon just gifted $20, folks, a $20 donor. Thank you so much, Sunflower Dragon. It says, my brother-in-law was schizophrenic with hallucinations that told him to kill us. He took his meds and never took a drug/drink. He never hurt anyone. I wonder if Nick was diagnosed with anything on top of the drugs. So very sad. Holy shit, Sunflower Dragon, I'm so sorry to hear that. Your brother-in-law. That I hope he's doing better. I hope that, you know, the meds and everything is still helping and everything. I'm so sorry you guys went through that. I can imagine that was terrifying. But and thank goodness for medication in that case. Science for the win. Nadim, thank you so much for such a generous donor and supporting the channel on that level, Sunflower Dragon. It means a lot and it makes a massive difference. So thank you so very much. Oh, she doesn't know yet. She doesn't know yet. She thinks there's about like $1,000 in there. She has no idea what's about to happen, dude. And look, and I'm not trying to be, by the way, I'm not trying to dismiss $500. $500 is a big amount of money. I would not say no to an extra $500 right now. That's like 2 big-ass trips to the supermarket. And people are struggling right now. People in America are struggling. So $500, I'm not here to laugh at that or scoff at that at all. But like, you're doing this whole fucking thing, this whole show, you're filming it to post this on social media. Her video went viral. You've got people from the mall or the airport like lined up around the restaurant. TGI Fridays is worth like what? Is a multi-million-dollar company. Like, is this coming out of like the manager's pocket? That's why it's only $500. Like, look, it's all I can afford. Corporate isn't pitching in. So like, maybe the manager, you know, maybe it's the manager who's paying her from his own salary. I doubt. But like, why else would this be $500? Who approved this? Who approved this? At least $1,000. It's got to be, if you're going for a novelty check, novelty fucking check. Come on, man. $1,000 minimum. I'm sorry. Nothing less than $1,000 for such a big fucking check. Just put a Just put a green cedar tree right here, and you got yourselves a Lebanese flag, yo. It'd be kind of fun. You can like Photoshop it as she's holding, as if she's holding a big Lebanese flag. Congratulations! No, don't. We're gonna get the copyrighted. Look at that music. She's graceful. She's not gonna complain. She's carrying it up as if she won like a Daytona trophy. They're taking photos. They're posing for pictures. The manager, is this like the branch owner? They're posing for photos for $500. And again, $500 is a big amount of money. Okay. I'm not here to laugh at that, but like she just made your when's the last time TGI Fridays got good press? When's the last time something positive was shared about TGI Fridays on fucking Twitter? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she might actually become like an attraction at the restaurant. People will come in just like to get served by her. Like, if you make her the manager, like the mascot of this local branch. Yeah, someone was saying in the chat, like, Artful, give her a permanent raise. Give her a permanent raise or something. That's not enough. 500 and this economy, $500 like, with this inflation. Holy shit! By the way, Loaf Bats just gifted 10 Do Not Worry memberships. Holy shit! Thank you so much, Loaf Bats. That's so very generous of you. Thank you for supporting the channel on such a high level. Wolf Boy 420 just got a membership from Loaf Bats. Who else got? Murad 505, Yaya Kelly, Paul Deeb, X Rabbids, David Rendon. Loaf Bats, thank you. W's in the chat for Loaf Bats, folks, for gifting 10 Do Not Worry memberships and supporting the channel on such a high level. That's so very sweet and generous. Yeah, let's see. What is TGI Friday's stock value? And Loaf Bats also just became a member. Thank you so much, Loaf Bats. Loaf Bats offering gifting memberships before being a member themselves. We salute you, Loaf Bats. Thank you so much. Okay, TGIF stock price and chart. Let's see. Okay, look, I don't know shit about stocks, but like, what is it worth right now? What? Is that really it? 1933 Industries? Is that what it's worth? 0.015 Canadian cents? Ain't no way. No. I don't know shit about stocks. Let me see. TGI Fridays. Oh, so it is 1933 Industries. What? Oh my God, guys! I'm starting to think that the $500, like, I think they had to take out a loan to give her the 500. Holy what? That's their stock value? 0.015. What is that even? Like 1 cent? Is it 1 penny per stock? So let's buy TGI Friday stocks, man. Oh, they're doing bad, right? Oh shit, this is bad, man. Did the stock drop after they gave the $500? I think them giving her the $500 took their stock down even more lower. Holy shit, look at that. That really hurt. Okay, you know what? Bless them. Bless them for giving her that $500, man. They cannot afford it. Oh, Sebastian McCrazy says 1933 Industries sounds wrong for a German. Holy shit. That's so fucking true. Yeah, Paz, I think honestly, I think the $500, you know what? Bless you, TGI Fridays. You shouldn't have. You should have given her $200. You guys can't afford shit. Oh my God. Oh, so this is equity on a Canadian stock exchange or OTC. It's probably a negligible amount of the total equity of the company. And yeah, she's going to get taxed as well. She's not even going to keep the 500. That is also true. But anyways, I just found that hilarious. The comments are so this is one of the comments. They did a whole grand opening lotto winnings type of event to give her a measly $500. The fuck wrong with TGI Fridays? Like, exactly, this could have been such a dub. This could have been such a dub for the company. Good PR, positive PR. People are talking good about TGI Fridays. No one's talking shit. No one's talking about how they found like a fucking dead rat in their fucking appetizer soup or their fucking cheesesteak sandwich. You know what I mean? Things are going well, and they just had to fuck it up with that $500. Let's just scroll down to the comments. Look, 2.7K retweets, 1.2K comments. This Tyler says, this big ass spectacle for $500 times are really bad, huh? Look, that's 5,000 or 500. No, it's 500, dude. Looks like they just promoting the business because 500 ain't shit for this turnout. Corporations are so disgusting. Used to promote the brand and only give her $500. Shout out to her, though. I mean, Spade says that's awesome, great holiday vibes. That will buy her one meal at TGI Fridays. Mariam says only $500. What a shame. Please give her a raise already. All this glamour for just $500. And look, some people are saying good for her. And again, good for her. $500. She didn't have that $500 yesterday. She has it today. Who's going to complain about free money? But like, yeah, the corporation is using this as a fucking ad, essentially, by putting this whole show online and getting it shared and people talking. But they're shooting themselves in the foot by being so fucking cheap. What the hell? Consuelaria. Wait, what happened? What happened to Consuelaria? Consuelaria mentioned? How? We got mentioned on Chris Kunzler's stream. We love Chris Kunzler, folks. It's called, I didn't know it was called Consuelaria. We love our friend the Kunz. Good for her. So what else we got here? Yeah, so people are not fucking with that $500, yo. What do you guys think in the chat? Too little or enough? What time did I start streaming? 8:30, right? We've been streaming for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Let us get into the Bondi shooting, and then we will react to the Ethan Klein stuff. The Ethan Klein interviews. So we're not going to get into the whole thing. Maybe I'll do that really quickly. That link right here. Okay, he's trained. Okay, let's just get the clip. I'm just trying to get whatever clips that we can find of people talking about him. No, congratulations. Let me cut to Maki for a sec as I set up the next topicos. And then we're going to look at a bunch of racism from following the attack, of course. Same thing that happened following the Washington, D.C. shooting. Lots of links to open up. Guys, I'm going to take a 90-second break. Just going to take a spoon of honey. Be right back. And we is back, folks. Did he move his paw? Loaf Bats enjoying. Maki, thank again. Loaf Bats, thanks so much for the generous 10 gifted subbies. Okay. And MKMT, it's a he. Maki is a he. I have Nata. Nata sitting right there. I wish I could show you guys Nata. You guys want to try to see Nata? Tutti? You chilling? Oopsie, sorry. You guys got a little Nata cameo. She's right next to me. Look, she's like sitting, she's right there. To my right, on the chair over there. Little spare chair. Little baby. And those were my, oh, you could see my, when I broke my foot in Greece. I still have my crutches over there on the corner. And my streaming costumes, my gaming costumes. So yeah. Anyways, Nata's joined the chat. All right. The Bondi shooting, folks, you've all heard of this. You've all seen this. A horrific attack happening on the beach in Australia, Bondi Beach. Gruesome attack. 15 people confirmed killed. But there was one positive from this whole thing. A hero by the name of Ahmed al-Ahmed, a Syrian refugee. Or Syrian immigrant, not refugee. Syrian immigrant from Idlib. Fucking emerged as the hero of the world, essentially, with this badass video that we're gonna watch. This is the short clip. There's nothing too violent in here. It's the clip you've all seen of Ahmad rushing this fucking guy. Oh! What a G! What a badass! Holy hell! While everyone else is running away from the danger, this man ran towards it. He got shot twice. He doesn't even shoot the guy, which a lot of people are complaining, like, why didn't he shoot the man? Oh! I got a couple of reasons. First of all, not everyone's a fucking killer, man. Maybe the guy's got some humanity. He's holding the gun. He's like, I've never fucking fired a gun in my life, maybe. So for people to just be like, why didn't he shoot him? I imagine firing a gun and shooting someone is a very difficult thing that you have to do. Even if the guy in front of you is a fucking murderer, it takes a certain kind of person to just mindlessly pull the trigger. So the guy maybe has humanity. Maybe he doesn't want to take a fucking life. Maybe he's not ready to deal with that. It was enough for him to take the gun away, subdue the guy. Okay, and also, you got to think. Ahmad is an Arab man. He's got an Arab accent. He sounds like he's from the Middle East. His name is Ahmad. He's carrying a gun. Imagine if the police sees an Arab man shooting a guy on the floor. Like, they might think he's a shooter, to be honest with you. Like, if he were white, he might have been able to, I think, get away with it more easily. Like, oh, hey, I just shot this brown man. I'm like, like he's an Islamic terrorist. I'm an Australian. Like, I didn't do this. He might get spared by the cops. But, like, imagine the cops rolling in on a guy, an Arab man, holding a rifle, shooting a guy. They might mistake him for one of the shooters. They might think he's one of the shooters, and they might kill him. So he even puts the gun down. I think if I were him, like, he's like, I don't even want to be seen with this gun, because if someone sees me, everyone's fucking running around confused and terrified. Like, there's a whole 10-minute video of the whole ordeal. People are running around confused. Okay, the cops aren't necessarily going to see this video footage when they reach the location and see what's happening. So they might mistake him for the shooter. So the fact that he didn't shoot the guy, I think, is very understandable. Oh! This is so courageous. Like, it doesn't matter how many times I see it, it does not cease to amaze me. Marina says, all we need left is miso and soup. Hell yeah. Demi's cat is getting a lot better, and little Soup, a little friend of Demi's shop, of course. Birdlord says there was no reason to shoot the guy once he had the gun. Well, people are saying that like the guy was able to retreat back to the bridge and grab another gun where the other shooter was. Now, I don't know if when he grabbed another gun, he was able to shoot other people, but look, it's not Ahmad's responsibility. He did what he fucking could, man. He fucking did what no one else did, literally. Ran up to the guy, grabbed the gun, took it away, and aimed it at him, and scared him off. Definitely saved a whole bunch of lives. Definitely, it doesn't matter. Even if the guy went back and grabbed another gun, he could have mowed down 10 other people within that 2 minutes. So... hero. Like we all, I saw a tweet and it's fucking true. All men fantasize of finding themselves. Well, we don't want to find ourselves in a mass shooting, but like, what if I were in a mass shooting? We all would love to do this. We all would love to run up to the fucking guy and grab the gun. But you know what? In reality, what most of us would do? Run away. Your fight or flight kicks in. You're gonna be like, holy shit, chaos, people are running away. You're just gonna see a crowd of people running. You're gonna run with the crowd. This man saw a crowd of people running. And he's like, nah, bro. Not on my watch. And he's a father of 2. So it's not like he's like, I got nothing to live for. I don't give a shit. I don't have a family. I can go. I can sacrifice myself. Like, no, he's got 2 daughters, man. He's got 2 kids. I don't know if they're daughters, by the way. 2 kids. Sorry, I don't know why I said daughters. He's got 2 kids. So he's putting his whole life at risk, his whole family at risk by doing this. So, honestly, and the fact that he's Syrian and Muslim, just like, because you know what happened after this attack, okay? Because the shooters were, I think, Muslim Pakistani. I'm not sure where they're from. I didn't fully follow up on the whole story. We're gonna learn together, folks. But I don't want to cover the shooting itself anymore because you guys have probably seen hundreds of reports about it. Like, I want to see the aftermath, the results. This to me is starting to drive me crazy. This is a trend that is happening. This happened after the shooting in Washington, D.C. when the 2 National Guardsmen were killed. This is becoming a thing every time now, after every shooting. One of the Bondi shooters' names search spiked on Israeli and Australian Google searches hours before the shooting on Bondi Beach. They did the same thing with the D.C. shootings. Like, look, the names of the victims have been researched. This is a whole conspiracy. Apparently, it's just a time code difference. But people are, again, going with this fucking thing. I just wanted to highlight it. Yeah, I was so happy. I was so happy to learn that he was Arab, honestly. Here is an interview. Wait, let me see if I skipped something by accident because it wasn't responding. Named hero. Yeah, okay. So here's a quick report featuring an interview with his cousin.
Into the scene to disarm one of the gunmen. We're just learning some details.
Boom, there's our boy. There's our boy.
Details about him because he has been shot. Now, we are confident in saying that that is him. He's
been shot, as far as I know, shot twice. It looks like he's shot in the leg right here. Yeah, shot in the leg. Damn, he might have been shot more, but I heard like hand, maybe shoulder. I heard he was shot 4 times, and I'm hearing he got shot twice. I'm getting conflicting reports. But what a fucking hero, man. What a sweetheart. انت بطل. انت واحد بطل يا احمد. ما في مثلك بالعالم.
To one of our reporters, we've got
made all us Arabs proud. Fuck yeah, let's fucking go, dude. Holy shit. He also could have been Lebanese just as easily because Australia has a massive Lebanese population. Tons of fucking Lebanese people live in Australia. It's fucking crazy. I think they're sick of us at this point. I remember talking to this with Bad Empanada about this. And there was like a whole show with Lebanese people being like racist as shit. I can't remember what it was called. Something stupid, some pizza thing.
An interview coming in. We understand that this gentleman's name is Ahmed Al Ahmed. He's a 43-year-old married father of 2. And he raced in to help. We understand apparently owns a fruit shop in Sutherland.
Look at that, man. Look at that. The fact that what humanity this guy has. Like, to not shoot this fucking piece of shit dog, honestly. Like, not dog. I love dogs. I don't know what to call this guy as an insult. What do you call him? This piece of shit doesn't feel like it's enough. Like, he's certainly not a dog. Little beautiful. I love dogs.
No experience with guns. He was just walking past.
Just a fucking mutant, man. I don't know. Piece of shit.
Told that he has 2 bullets in his arm, but I think he's...
I mean, even if he did shoot him, if he had killed him, he would have been 100% justified. I would not have judged him for a single second. No fucking way. But, like, the fact that he didn't, it just shows you what a good-hearted man he is. Like, it's not like he rushed him just to kill him because, like, he loves violence. He was literally just trying to stop the violence. And when he had the opportunity to commit more violence and had the power, he was still like, no, like enough blood has been shed today. He didn't want to take the law into his own hands. I don't know, man. What a guy.
Going to be okay. And in the next hour, let's have a listen to the hero's relatives talking about his acts this evening at Bondi Beach.
Still, he's in the hospital, and we don't know exactly what's going inside. But they said the doctor, he's very okay.
Honestly, such a dub. It's such a dub that he's Muslim, just because you know all the shit that Muslims are going to get after this attack. So this is at least something, like, in the face of all of that. It's like, okay, but like, look, the hero that you all love is a Muslim. So can all Muslims be bad? I hope. Like, I hope this event, like, Muslims can be bad, Muslims can be good, Christians can be bad, Christians can be good. I hope that he can stand as an inspiration and as a way to not let Australians go into a radicalization, because this is a radicalizing event. You could say that this is very much something that could radicalize the population to be more anti-immigration. I think there's anti-immigration sentiment happening all over the world, anti-Arab sentiment, Islamophobic sentiment. So I know that's happening everywhere. But someone like Ahmed could really change the public's perception. And it's sad that you need someone to risk his life and risk his whole family's well-being by stepping in. You know what I mean? Like, he could have died. He doesn't have to risk his life to prove that, like, Muslims are also, we're not evil, we're also normal. But the fact that he did that, I'm sure is going to change a lot of minds, hopefully. I hope. One can hope, right? Meg or Maggie sends a $5 donor. Thank you so much, Meg. It says, true hero shit, evidence of how sick the world is that people could be mad at him. Oh, it's crazy. And some people are even trying to say that, like, his name is something else. We're going to get to that at some point.
And next 2 hours, they let us to go in and see Ahmed, because he's still inside and he do the operation. But we hope he will be fine. He's a hero. 100% he's a hero, because what we see on the social media, he's 100% hero.
To his shoulder?
Yeah, he have 2 shots, one in his arm here and one in his hand.
And have you been able
to... He says one in his hand, but like in the footage, he looked like he was shot like down here, like the thigh or like near the groin, but like 2 shots. So yeah, the cousin says 2 shots, but I saw on Twitter 4 shots today. I just don't know what's accurate anymore.
to talk to him today?
No, because I come when I see what's happening, and I come here to see him, but they said he's not allowed to go inside because he have to make an operation, whatever. I'm still waiting to see him.
Well, there you go, some first-hand accounts. So
we got more of our boy Ahmed. We got more. Tried to get everything I could find. Oh, I love this. So Eli Afriat says, that's right after the thing happened. A young man from the Jewish community emerged as a hero during the Sydney Hanukkah party massacre. With extraordinary bravery, he confronted an armed terrorist with only his bare hands, managed to disarm him and neutralize the threat. His incredible courage not only saved many lives, but also put his own life at risk. It was community noted. There we go. So yeah, like right away. I mean, why are you even trying to make, like, he's just assuming. No one knew who the man was. At first it was like a hero, and then a young Jewish man emerges as a hero. But anyway, so I think I left a reply like, he's from Syria and his name is Ahmed. Nice try, though. Well, then he did post a correction. Just delete your tweet, bro. So here he is at his fruit shop. So this is Ahmed Al-Ahmed, a fruit shop owner from Sutherland who disarmed a terrorist, put up a statue of him on Bondi Beach now. And I've seen a lot of lovely posts from people in Australia, like his shelves are never going to be full again. Like they're going to be empty because I'm going to buy all my fruit from there. He's got a GoFundMe that it was at 1.8 million bucks. The dude's doing fucking great. But people are already showing so much support for his shop, for this man, so much love. He's getting so much fucking love. I saw a tweet saying like, this man should never pay for a beer ever again in his life. This man should be exempt from taxes for the rest of his life. All of that is true, to be honest with you. Like, governments should really incentivize people not to put their lives at risk, but like, if you are going to do something this heroic, it is fucking crazy to me that this man ever has to struggle for money or anything. Like, dude, you're taken care of. That's it. That's it. Seriously, anyone who steps up and is a hero in their community deserves to like not pay for fucking taxes, not worry about rent ever again. Just be given a house. If the guy doesn't own a house, give him a house. Give him land. He deserves land. He deserves land. He deserves to prosper. He deserves to pass on whatever traits that he has to to like his kids and have more kids. Like someone like that, you want more people like him in your community. So give him an incentive to thrive more in the community. Again, he's getting a GoFundMe and everything. So the dude's doing good. But like, what a guy. What a guy. What a guy. It makes me so happy. Brat gifted another 5 memberships. Holy shit. Thank you so much, Brat. 6738. That's so fucking generous. We're at 23 new members today. Holy hell. We started at 3. So I added 7 members. We've had 23 since. So we're at 23 minus 7. 16 extra members. Oh, goddamn. Okay, I'll add 16 members to this in a second. You guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so much. W's in the chat for Brat, folks. So let's look at some of the comments here. I'm sure they're very sweet. Not the same guy. The pattern is starting to... No, it is him. True hero. What he did. Blah, blah, blah. Awesome guy. Hero. What up? Who courageously stopped, confirmed that he's a Muslim Syrian origin from the city of Idlib. Speaking to the Al Arabi TV, he said that Ahmad, whose full name... whose full name is Ahmad al-Ahmad, is from Idlib. He said that he spoke to Ahmad after the incident, who told him Allah Almighty gave me the courage. I spoke with him and he told me about it. At first, he was not thinking about death when he saw people dying and bullets flying over his head. He told me literally, Allah Almighty gave me the courage. I found myself rushing at him. This man is a hero. God bless him. So that's what his cousin said that he told him. He told his cousin, God gave me the strength. I just saw people dying and I wanted to help. What a legend. Jim says, remember to subscribe, folks. Hell yeah, subscribe. And don't forget to join our Discord, everybody. And don't forget to like the stream. Like the stream if you're watching live. Like the video if you're watching on replay. Leave a comment if you're watching on replay. All that good stuff. Here is Chris Minsland. Now, look, there's going to be a lot of these. I don't know if this politician is right-wing, left-wing, if he's a piece of shit, if he's good. He's just the prime minister, an MP. So he's a politician right there. So I don't know what this guy's politics are, but he says Ahmad is a real hero. I think I saw some comments being like, this guy's kind of a Islamophobe. Ahmad is a real hero. Last night, his incredible bravery, no doubt, saved countless lives when he disarmed a terrorist at enormous personal risk. It was an honor to spend time with him just now and to pass the thanks to people across NSW. Also, I made you call that a knife. Elon Musk breeding program for Ahmad al-Ahmad. Anthony, let's go. Ooh, there we go. So Ahmad is looking better. Look at that. Look at him chilling in bed. Deserves all the comfort. Bring this man more Jell-O. Why is his table why does he only have a small bottle of water and no snacks? This should be full of snacks, full of treats, whatever beverages he wants, whatever kinds of libations he wants. Hell no, you're not liking my Australian. Dingo ate your baby. You call that a knife? That's your knife. Yeah, with the bouquet. There's a bouquet up here. Like, there should be balloons everywhere. Flowers. Like, this man needs to be in a bed of flowers. Here's our boy. So let's close this up. Here's our boy yet again, the Bondi hero, awake and recovering in hospital after saving countless lives. There we go. Look at that. Look at that here koala. You see that here koala? And that kangaroo? Little bouquet. These bouquets are making me sad. What is happening here? This man just took 2 bullets for a bunch of Australians. Random Australians that he does not know. Oh, there we go. He's blessing. Ahmad's giving us his blessings. يلا يا على راسي كل الشباب والله يعطيكم الف عافيه والله ان شاء الله ما بنكفيكم الا بالافراح. Dude, our boy speaks like, I don't think that, like, I want to hear him speak in English. There's a clip of him, like, it's also good that, like, he's an immigrant with, like, bad English, because it's only going to humanize, because now people are going to turn on Muslims. If you can't speak the language, leave our country. They're going to go all American now. You know what I mean? Like, they're going to get angry. They're going to do what Americans did after the Washington shootings and all that sort of thing. So the fact that he even struggles with the English language is good, because they're like, look, you don't have to speak English perfectly to be assimilated within society, to be helpful, to be a fucking hero. So the more Syrian he is, the more Syrian he sounds, the more Arab he is, the better it is. the better it is because he's repping Arabs and Syrians even more.
لك على راسي كل الشباب والله يعطيكم الف عافيه والله ان شاء الله ما بكفيكم الا بالافراح ولا تواخذوا
الله يعافيك لك يا اخي شو الله يعافينا أنا؟ الله يعافيك لا يا بطل انت بطل يا احمد
كفيكم الا بالافراح ولا تواخذوا
في عبد الله واحمد وكل
والله
الشباب
على راسي احمد وعبد الله وعلاء وبلال
والحمد لله وبس
الحمد لله على كل شيء
ايوه هاي احسن شيء
كتر الله سعيكم يا شباب
لا لأمك
امي
A humble man of God, thanking God, praising God in injury. He's just there serving his God.
مو حكيت معه
يا بنت الكبدي لا دعينا يا ايام
حكينا معه
الله يطولنا بعمرك وان شاء الله عرضي ان شاء الله
وحج غسان الفردوس
حج غسان على راسي الله يطولنا بعمرك يا حاج غسان وكتر الله سعيكم وايش بدي اقول لكم والله العظيم
هذا وش يا خالتي هلا انت لازم
انتم بالقلب دعونا
الله يشفيك
دعونا بالشفاء دعونا الله ييسر علينا.
It's so Lebanese coded too. Like Allah yashfik, may God heal you. على راسي, when someone says على راسي and on my head, like على راسي الشباب, they're on my head, يعني, and of course, like they're on top of mine. I love them. خينا لك يا احمد, حبيب قلبنا يا احمد, بطل. شو بدنا نقول لك بعد يا خيي؟ بطل. Here he is meeting with Anthony Albanese. I guess this guy's the anti-Islamophobe.
Thank you very much. Very strong. Thank you very much. Heart is strong. Thank you. Your courage is inspiring. Thank you very much. Very strong.
Yeah, so our boy definitely's got an accent. He's like, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Our boy can barely speak English, folks, which is great. So now, Australians have to love him. Like, they can't point to anything. Like, but his accent is kind of, hey, shut the fuck up. He saved countless lives. Embrace him and love him. But yeah, you're right. You're right. He is the Bondi Beach hero. We gotta love him. Like, it's great. I fucking love it. I fucking love it. Like, a regular, average 43-year-old chubby Syrian dude is a fucking G, is a fucking badass. He's a fucking real life, like, shit, Bruce Willis from what is it called? God damn. What's that fucking movie called? The Tower? Bruce Willis? Oh my God. Anyways, he's Bruce Willis from that action movie, folks. Look at that.
Very strong. Thank you very much. Heart is strong. Thank you. Your courage is inspiring. Thank you very much. Very strong. Thank you very much. Heart is strong. Thank you. Your courage is inspiring. Thank you very much. Very strong.
Enjoy all those things. Hero. Die Hard. Yeah, fuck yeah, Die Hard. Sorry. What is happening to me? Die Hard, folks. He's Bruce Willis in Die Hard. Real life Bruce Willis. Thank you very much. You deserve all that, man. He's got the Syrian... Look at that. He's chilling with his friends. He's got the Syrian flag around his neck. Let's go! Ahmed al-Ahmad, the Syrian Australian who saved dozens of Jewish people and took 2 bullets to his body, is raising the Syrian flag. Thank you, Ahmed. There we go. W, Unc. We love you. This was a tweet that really, honestly, I found stupid. This guy is a journalist in Lebanon, I think. His name is Hadi Htid. He posts a picture of one of the shooters and says, is he a terrorist for killing people who continue to support a state that has carried out a continuous genocide against indigenous peoples of Palestine and Lebanon for 77 years? So this guy, I mean, look, were there some Zionists on that beach? I'm sure there were, man. I'm sure there were people there that, like, love the genocide, that support what's happening over there. Who knows? But who cares? That is no excuse for denying that this attack is a terrorist attack. Like, that is such a fucking bad thing to say. That is such a fucking bad look. Of course it's a terrorist attack. This guy went out and killed... These 2 people went out and killed innocent people, caused terror, scared the living shit out of them for a political ideology. So of course it's terrorism. And I found that to be just extremely fucking stupid, and I obviously shared it and was like, yes, he is a terrorist. Like, I do not like this line of defense at all. Were there some horrible people on that beach? Probably, you know? And I think so. Like, one of the victims, like, was actually, like, in Israel, spent time with the IDF, supports, like, the IDF, and, like, was defending the genocide. All of that doesn't matter, man. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's still, this is the exact definition of a terrorist attack, of course. So, kind of crazy. But yeah, it is a terrorist attack, and it's kind of shameful for this person, I think, to share this. Honestly. Also, this person, Lahav Harkov, said this is spiritually Israeli. So she saw footage of a man attacking a shooter, taking the gun away, and then sparing that person, by the way. Like, he spared the person. Like, if this were spiritually Israeli, so by the way, I couldn't help myself. I saw this tweet, like, this is spiritually Israeli. Quote tweeted it, and fucking ratioed the living shit out of that person. I said spiritually Israeli means he would have taken the gun, found some unarmed kids, and mowed them down. 9.6k likes versus her 1.6k likes. So I got you, lady. I got you, Lahav Harkov. So yeah, spiritually Israeli. What does that even fucking mean? Spiritually Israeli is taking credit for foods that aren't yours, killing unarmed children, women, stealing things, claiming that like lands are yours that aren't yours. So do not understand that. Easiest dub on the planet in terms of ratioing someone. Wait, I think I have. Okay, so this is. We don't need to look at that. Don't look at the footage because it could be distressing. But people are talking about gun control now. Don Keith says Australia took away its citizens' guns, but 10 people at Bondi Beach are dead anyway because terrorists didn't care about gun laws. The only thing the Australian government did was make sure its unarmed, law-abiding citizens are now sitting ducks, unable to defend themselves. So now you got American politics creeping into Australia. The only way to stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun. Am I right? That's what they're trying to get to. If only there was someone on Bondi Beach with a gun, they would have stopped this attack. They would have, stopped everything. People in Australia need to have guns. And I do remember, like, there was a very bad mass shooting at a school in Australia many years ago, and ever since then they've banned guns. So yeah, I don't think more guns are the way. Just look at America. You think one mass shooting in Australia is a lot? This happens every fucking day in America, man. It happens so much that the news can barely keep up with it. It barely gets covered on the news. Brian Eastwood. Now, let's get into some fun racism, shall we? Let's read some fun racist tweets, and then we'll get into some of the Ethan Klein stuff that I promised. Some reactions. Brian Eastwood says, we don't need gun control. We need Muslim control. Deport them all. Actually, I'm doing the... I can't help. When I read these, I do the Southern accent. These are Australian racists, so let's go. We don't need gun control. We need Muslim control. Deport them all. Ahmad or Edward. Yeah, so this is... They tried to convince the world that, like, so people had such a hard time admitting that he was a Muslim. They made up this whole fake-ass person called Edward.
Yet again is here in studio with us. Maya, in the aftermath of the Bondi Beach attack, footage has emerged of a mysterious hero disarming and tackling one of the alleged gunmen. Scores of users praising this courageous bystander, identified by journalists initially as Ahmed Al-Ahmed, but soon other accounts claimed those praises were misdirected. Tell us more.
Yes, exactly. So colleagues from 7 News, that is Australia's most watched news service, were the first to identify the mysterious hero. It is Ahmed Al-Ahmed, 43 years old, originally from Syria, now living
Ahmed Al-Ahmed
in Australia and working there as a fruit seller. But immediately, other users started to treat this information as disinformation. Let's take a look at this post on Facebook, basically resharing a video, a reel on Facebook, where you see Ahmed being thanked for saving so many lives. But there is a caption here telling a whole different story. The caption is, this hero is actually named Edward Crabtree, not Ahmed. He is a lifelong citizen of Australia, according to this.
Edward Crabtree, they can't admit that it was a Syrian Muslim. They're like, it's an Australian white man called Edward Crabtree. He's the real hero.
So other users online started to wonder, then who is the real hero? Is it Ahmed or is it Edward? And even Grok, the AI embedded within Twitter, within X, started to praise this mysterious Edward Crabtree, even generating a full biography for the
43-year-old IT professional and senior solutions architect from Sydney, Australia. That's fucking crazy, man.
A man. Other users claiming that erasing basically the poor and brave Edward Crabtree was pro-immigrant propaganda.
Oh, they got themselves one of those CNN TVs, huh?
This tweet saying, the name is Edward Crabtree.
The name is Edward Crabtree, local, not some Ahmed or Mohammed. Propaganda is pushed the moment anything happened. Look at these fucking freaks.
And not some Ahmed or Mohammed. So eventually we know the truth because we've reported about it here on France 24. The exact name is indeed Ahmed Al-Ahmed and not some Edward Crabtree who has not been involved in that story whatsoever.
And Maya, have you been able to trace the origin of this rumour? Where exactly did it initially come from?
Well, first, we found this kind of post on Facebook sharing some sort of screenshot from what appears to be a screenshot from a media outlet mentioning a Bondi local who's supposed to be an IT professional. Apparently, this person even according an interview, agreeing to an interview here to the media outlet in which he said...
Edward Crabtree sounds like a fake name for like a what do you call it? When writers use a fake name when they're writing books, like J.K. Rowling has one. What the fuck was her name? I'm Edward Crabtree.
I just...
It's a name you use at a hotel. You know what I mean? Fake identity, trying to book a room at a hotel when someone's after you. What's your name, sir? I'm Edward Crabtree. You see someone, like, you see a waiter with like a dish of crabs. Like, Edward, you'll notice the waiter, crab, and then there's a tree, Edward Crabtree. You panic, you know, it's that kind of name.
Tracking down this media outlet, we ended...
Pseudonym, yes, pseudonym, sorry.
...up on this...
Or alias.
...a post on X this time.
A pen name. Is it alias, pen name, or pseudonym, folks?
At the end of the publication of the post, you see the source with a link. So obviously, we clicked on the link and we ended up on a website, on a story that I'm going to show you right there. You're seeing the...
But anyways. And now people are justifying, look, so just so we're clear, if you marched in the streets of Sydney waving the Palestinian flag, you bear responsibility for what happened in Bondi Beach tonight. This was always going to happen once this war and hatred was imported onto the shores of Australia. So if you ever supported Palestine and if you waved the Palestinian flag, this is your fault. These extremists shooting up 15 people in Australia and injuring countless others, it's their fault. Look at this guy. Angel Baby says, God put him there. That's a hero. I understand he's a Muslim. However, he knew right from wrong. However, like, I understand he's a Muslim, but this Muslim knows right from wrong. So fucking funny. Many prayers for his recovery and all of those victims. Isn't that fucking crazy? Okay, so Bill Ackman. This guy, I don't know, a billionaire, extremely rich motherfucker. This guy donated $100,000 to Ahmed, and I guess he's one of the people who started this GoFundMe, or he's one of the people who shared it. But look at the description in this GoFundMe, folks. Wait, what the fuck did I just do? Look at a new tab. I don't want this view. Okay. So it's my first time doing this. Okay. Look at the fundraiser. First of all, how much money? They're at $2.3 million. Holy shit. So well deserved. First of all, that's fucking awesome. 2.3 mil. Let's fucking go. Holy shit, man. GoFundMe should add, like, everyone should, he should make $1 billion, bro. He should make $1 billion. I don't care. But let's read the description of this GoFundMe, shall we? Let's see the name of Ahmed. Oh, they just added the name. Oh my fucking... I should have screenshotted the way it was. I should have screenshotted the way... what it looked like. Guys, the whole fucking thing was like, the hero stepped up. The hero did this. The hero. They just updated it and added his name, man. God damn, I wish I had it. After witnessing the extraordinary actions of the hero who helped disarm one of the attackers... an act that prevented more lives, we felt compelled to act. In a moment of chaos, this literally said the hero stepped forward without hesitation. His actions, this GoFundMe has been created to show gratitude and support for someone. To kick things off, we're making an initial donation of $50,000 to honor. Literally, they just added Ahmed Al-Ahmed right now. I literally had a whole plan to like read this thing because it's like they never mention his name. So Ackman donated $100,000. $2.3 million. That's fucking crazy. Oh, fuck. I forgot the Patrick Bet David video. My God. So here's Patrick Bet David. Look how hard he's trying to seem like American and like Christian. He's got a USA hat on. He's wearing a fucking cross because he knows he's got an accent. He knows he's brown. He's got to work double time, work overtime to look American, to sound American. He's got to. So he's make sure he's got I got my USA hat on. I've got my cross. No one will think I'm a Muslim. No one will think I'm Muslim. I'm a value-tainer. You know what I mean? I got my hat on. I'm an American. I love football. I love the Redskins. I hate that they changed the Redskins' name, you know? They should have kept it the Redskins. It's not racist at all.
So here's the irony of what happened at Bondi Beach yesterday in Australia when 2 Muslim terrorists killed 15 innocent men and women aged...
I'll be right back. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let's go.
There's 10 to 80. So here's the irony of what happened at Bondi Beach yesterday in Australia when 2 Muslim terrorists killed 15 innocent men and women ages 10 to 87 years old with 42 hospitalized, while a man named Ahmed Al-Ahmed, who happens to be Muslim at 43 years old, steps in, we've all seen the video, takes away the weapon.
So you notice that he says 2 Islamic terrorists. Doesn't qualify 2 terrorists who happen to be Muslims. 2 Islamic terrorists, as if that's the norm. That's what we expect. Because terrorism is only done by Muslims. There are no white mass shooters in America. All those school mass shootings, just ignore them. 2 Islamic terrorists committed a mass shooting, and a man who happened to be Muslim called Ahmad saved them. So he had to qualify Ahmad being Muslim. Like, he just so happened to be Muslim, but he was a hero. But the shooter is obviously Muslim. The way he frames that is already so fucking toxic and wrong. What a fucking piece of shit.
And gets shot twice, is celebrated as a hero, which he ought to be. But you know what the irony is? The irony is even one good, peaceful Muslim man couldn't save the life of 15 innocent human beings celebrating Hanukkah, which is what their religion is about, from 2 Muslim jihadist extremists from killing them.
What does that even fucking mean? One Muslim man, one good Muslim man couldn't stop 2 bad Muslim men from killing them. It's not his responsibility to stop them. There are bad people in every religion. There are bad Buddhists. There are bad Christians. There are bad Muslims. There are bad Jews. There's bad everything. Bad Hindus. Whatever you want, man. Name the religion. I'll name you 10 horrible people from that religion. What's your point? One good Muslim couldn't stop the 2 bad ones. It's not his fucking job to stop anything. What he did was a fucking act of heroism. Like, I don't even know what does he even mean? This guy, for such a fucking rich dude who has a fucking podcast, he can't make any good fucking points.
So I don't care if 90% is peaceful. The 10% true believers, jihadists, that hate what America stands for, that hate the Western idea.
He said he thinks 10% of Muslims are jihadists, by the way. I don't care that 90% are peaceful. Those 10% fuckers. What about Christians, man? How much violence have Christians started around the world?
Ideology that hate us protecting women. Us allowing.
Remember, folks, I have my gold cross. I'm wearing my cross. USA hat. I love America. I love America. He should be holding a football in one hand and like a baseball bat and like an apple pie. Well, why aren't you eating a burger while you talk about this? And drink a chocolate shake.
Allowing women to vote, that hate the freedom of speech model that we have, that hate the Second Amendment model that we have, that hate the capitalistic society that we have. And we have to sit on the sidelines and be worried about being called Islamophobic? Really? I lived in Iran for 11 years and I saw what this was all about. If Americans cannot see what's going on in Australia.
And people make fun of him all the time for being brown, by the way. Like, people make fun of him from being Armenian and from Iran. Like, he's trying so hard. My guy, you can't appease these people. They're going to come for you. Sooner or later, they're coming for your brown ass, just like they're coming for me. It's coming for everybody, man. Shit, you ain't no different. You think wearing that cross is going to make a difference? You look like an Ahmed to them, man, just like I look like an Ahmed. You think it was like, hey, guys, I'm Christian. I'm Lebanese Christian. My name's Anthony. No one gives a shit, man. No one gives a shit you believe in Jesus Christ. They're just going to see the color of your skin. They're going to hear your little accent. Look, hey, are you valutain? Like, where are you from there, boy? Where are you from? I'm an American. I have a cross. I'm actually Christian Armenian. Fuck you. Go back to Armenia, Stan. That's what they're going to say, man. They don't even know the name of your country. They don't even know the name Armenia. They don't know what the fuck you mean. They don't care. You can wear all the USA hats you want. It's not going to make a difference. I'm one of you guys, I swear. Hello, fellow teens.
Yeah. Tragic event. Breaks my heart. There's a lot of Assyrians and Armenians who live in Australia. And I'm Assyrian and Armenian. There's a lot of people. A pastor, Bishop Marmari, got stabbed in the eye. A Syrian bishop who was very much needed, his voice during COVID, got stabbed in the eye by a Muslim boy at 19 years old. Here's a bishop that went to Gaza to pray for Gazan families. He went there with his church. A 19-year-old comes and stabs him in the eye. And he still forgave him because our religion of Christianity believes in that. We're supposed to sit in America, think it's okay with what's going on in Dearborn and Somalia and Governor Tim Walton.
Dearborn and Somalia. This guy's he's making this video to remind people that he's Christian. That's the whole point of this fucking thing. He's desperately trying to be like, I'm one of you.
Has the audacity to get up and say we're going to let even more Somalians in after $1.5 billion was stolen from taxpayers over there? Really? We're supposed to sit on the sidelines and be vocal about this and not think it's a big deal? We're supposed to do that? I don't know about that. Listen, this is what matters to me. I love this country. I love America, and I fear the man upstairs more than...
Oh my God, dude, he is licking America's asshole so fucking hard. Pointing to, I love America. I love America. You see this USA hat? I love it. I bought this from the Gap. Gap USA. Okay, I got it at Tom Tyson's Corner Mall at a discount.
I don't know about that. Listen, this is what matters to me. I love this country. I love America, and I fear the man upstairs more than anything else I fear in my life.
I fear the man upstairs. What? Look, I hate it. Honestly, look, unpopular opinion, I hate it when people say, I fear God. Fuck fearing God. If this peace-loving God and Jesus loves you like his kid, and I'm here to save you all and forgive your sins, like, if I have to fear God, I'm sorry, man, I'm not interested. I fear God more than any. I don't fear God, man. Aren't you supposed to like love God? God loves me like a father. Aren't I supposed to love him? I know everyone says like, you fear your God. God-fearing man. I don't want to fear no God. If a God requires me to fear him, I don't want to worship that God personally. No, thank you. No, thank you, PBD.
More than anything else I fear in my life. The grace and the life he's blessed me with makes no sense. Every day I'm grateful.
That is true. The grace, the money you have, and your success makes no sense.
For what happened. And I feel bad because those 15 who are no longer here with us, their kids will never hug them again. There are no more dinners. The family, the mom, dad, there are no more, hey, honey, no, gone. Gone. Why? Islamophobia. Don't criticize them. They're peaceful. Why don't we pull up some data? Do we not see on Snap? When all the Snap...
What? What are you talking about? What is he talking about? No more dinners. That's it. All because of Islamophobia. What?
Government shutdown was taking place. Who took advantage of most of our SNAP programs? Who was it? Which immigrants took advantage of what SNAP programs? What did we learn during this season? What are we funding? What are we supporting? Who are we recognizing? Who are we protecting? We got veterans who fought for this country. Are we more worried about our veterans or illegal immigrants that come in here? Who's a priority? Americans? I don't know. But there are certain things that we shouldn't be afraid of being vocal about. This is one of them. By the way, I don't care if you're Muslim, Sunni, Shia, Jew, 7-day, Jehovah, 7.
Oh, it sounds like you kind of care. By the way, I've been talking about Muslims and 10% of jihadists, 10% of Muslims being jihadists and them not being enough, the 90% not being enough to overwhelm the other ones. By the way, I don't care if you're Muslim. If you're one of the good guys, how do you know if they're one of the good guys?
7-day, LDS, Scientology, I don't care what you are. If you come into a community, you assimilate, you love America, you make it safer, you create jobs, you adjust to what the country standards are, you bring...
If you start eating bacon, if you come to this country, you have to eat bacon. No more fucking beef bacon. If I go to a restaurant and I see beef bacon on the menu, I'm fucking, I'm breaking a glass. You hear me? I love America. You see this hat? I eat bacon. I'm a God-fearing, bacon-eating American. Okay, you come to America, you eat bacon and you drink a fucking beer. Okay, that's what happens now. You Muslim, you drink a fucking beer and you eat pork. You brown piece of shit.
Prime down, you bring all of that stuff down, good for you. And if you do that, I don't care.
And you support the Redskins. And the name is not racist, god damn it.
Where you come from. But also, if you pay attention to that data, and we see when they come in, what they do to Dearborn, what they do to Somalia, what they do to different communities, and you still sit there and you're like, nah, it's just not a big deal. Then you deserve everything you get. Because we learned what happened to Australia.
AS says, you gonna eat this McRib, boy? Yeah, no turkey bacon either. No turkey bacon. I see turkey bacon or beef bacon, I'm going crazy. I'm losing my shit. Okay? Only pork bacon and beer at your McDonald's.
Because the Prime Minister 90 days ago, stop being Islamophobic. You know, he's Novak phobic. He's more afraid of Novak not taking a vaccine than these guys that are coming in right now. Look what they're doing to their beautiful country. And it's a lot of Australians and Armenians, like I said, that live in Australia. And you see what's going on to UK. And now look what's going on in Poland. They take...
Look what's going on to UK? Dude, come on, man. Aren't you an American podcast? So what do you mean? Did you see what's going on to UK? In the UK, you're not American. Is this man brown? Is this man even from here? Yes, I have my USA hat. It was just a mistake. I meant what's happening in the UK, not to UK. Let's hear make that mistake again. Good old American man.
In Australia. And you see what's going on to UK. And now look what's going on.
You see what's going on to UK? Ha! No real American would say that, PBD. What you got under that hat, boy? What's hiding under that hat?
Poland. They take nobody. Dominic Tarczynski, he said it to Parliament. He said it, 0. Lowest unemployment, lowest crime, lowest stabbing, lowest any of that. And they have the lowest population of taking refugees from Muslim countries out of any country in Europe. And they're crushing you. Maybe what we need to lean on is God and data. God and data. Maybe we need
God
population of taking refugees.
What country are you talking about here?
They take nobody. I'm afraid of Novak not taking a vaccine than these guys that are coming in right now. Look what they're doing to their beautiful country. And it's a lot of Australians and Armenians, like I said, that live in Australia. And
lots of Lebanese people, man. Stop. He's always coming for my thunder, man.
You see what's going on to UK. And now look what's going on in Poland. They take nobody.
Oh, Poland. It's talking about Poland. Look what's going on to Poland. Idiot. Okay. Oh, look at this. Yuri, Israel, says this is the GoFundMe account for the hero that Muslims worldwide are trying to give us their aha moment with one stark note: not one Muslim donated, only Jews and Christians did. And he's scrolling through the names, trying to spot, like, how about these anonymous people? How do you know, you fucking dumbass? Anyways, like, look what a dumbass point. Like, look, okay, a Muslim might have been a hero, but look, no Muslim is donating. They're all cheap, so he's the only good except. Like, what's the point? What is even the point of this fucking post? Only Jews and Christians are donating to Ahmad. Really? Where? Okay, anyways. Zohran Mamdani, posted a thing about the attack. We're not going to read this whole thing. And this guy, as always, Mike Davis, like, fuck you, Zohran. His comma game is pretty good, though. Fuck you, comma, Zohran. You have called for the mass murder of Jews for many years. You are a subversive, destructive Islamist. You hate America. Go to hell. Jesus. Pretty intense. So Channel 9 had a Muslim anchor, on the scene at the shooting, and it drove Daniel crazy. He's like, really, Channel 9? You dare have a Muslim on TV, on the telly, while a Muslim perpetrates a shooting? Really, Channel 9, you dare show me a Muslim woman as I seethe in anger because of Muslims ruining my country, my beautiful country of Australia, with dingoes and giant spiders everywhere? Can't fucking handle a Muslim lady doing her job. Then they say there's no more room for this kind of hate and propaganda. Take it. Oh no, this person is defending her, saying take it somewhere else. He says, this was you within a week of Israel's response of October the 7th. Don't talk to me about propaganda. You're helping Hamas. And the guy said Israel is committing genocide. That's all he said. What a fucking dumbass, bro. Okay. Avril Amaka says 13 confirmed dead, innocent Australians, all for your Allahu Akbar shit. R words. Goddamn. All for your Allahu Akbar shit, guys. We got 13 dead. Wall Street Math said, I'm so sick and tired of Muslims ruining white countries. Oh, okay, this guy's probably American. I'm so sick and tired of Muslims ruining white countries. Just get rid of them already. So Twitter is a lot of that right now. Micah retweets Kelly J. Keane that says, anyone feeling a little more Islamophobic today? Micah quote tweets it and says, you saw a Muslim get shot twice disarming a mass shooter, and your takeaway was that all Muslims are bad? So anyone feeling a little more Islamophobic today? Lol. Idiots. Brianna Wu, we're not going to listen to this for a minute. Quartering had a couple of tweets. Let's look at one of them. The Quartering said, a dozen unarmed Jewish people were mowed down while celebrating Hanukkah with their families. Not soldiers, not politicians, just civilians. The culprit, Islam. Again, I don't want these people in my country. This happened in Australia, bro. At some point, it's not just a few bad apples. By the way, friend of the H3 podcast, The Quartering. Also, another quote tweet, never ever should have been there. These people are incompatible with society. Close the borders, let them sort themselves out in the sandbox for eternity. Whew. And by the way, a lot of these Muslims come to your countries because your countries destabilize the living shit out of them and bomb them constantly and cause wars and genocides. So maybe if you stop ruining our countries, we don't need to come to your country. If you let our countries thrive and be stable, maybe we could stay where we are, because trust me, we don't want to fucking come to your country. We're happy where we are a lot of the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let us get to, I took a lot of your time, folks. Let us get to the No Politic Here segment with Chris Kunzler, Isaac.
A fetus, dude.
And Noah Samsen, friend of the show. Friends of the show. 3 friends of the show together. Let us watch this segment. Let's see what Noah Samsen had to say about Ethan. Give an honest reaction. So here's their episode. The channel is No Politic Here. But I'm already subscribed. Oh, no, so wait. Bam, we're subscribed right now, folks. I thought I was already subscribed. I was confused because they all shared it together. I was like, how is this on my subscription list if I ain't subscribed? So this is Noah Samsen with Chris Kunzler and Isaac from Overzealots. They started a brand new podcast called No Politic Here, Isaac and Chris. And this is their first guest, Noah Samsen. So they're going to take this opportunity to talk. And this episode blew up, 42K views. Let's fucking go. Let's watch this podcast. Not the whole thing. Let's watch the segment. Let me share the link for this episode in the live chat. Bang. Bang. You guys can watch the whole one here. The whole episode without my commentary. Support their channel. Go subscribe right now if you haven't yet. Friends of the show. And let's see what Noah Samsen had to say about his lawsuit, giving us some updates with his Ethan Klein lawsuit. As you guys know, Casey Tron recently had to publish a coerced apology. Let me go over here. I'll be right back. Esmeralda just subscribed. Let's go. Let's go support our boys. All right. I'll be right back, folks. 5 seconds. Let's go. FT Jan sends a $2 dono. Says, Cut That put out a banger with this collab. I know, right? Cut That funding Chris Kunzler and Isaac. And our channel, too, by the way. Shit, I've gotten so much Qatari money. Kidding, by the way. I'm kidding. Of course, Jesus fucking Christ. Anyways, let us get to this interview. How long is the segment? Let's just see if I need to play it a little bit faster. It's at 128 to about 149. 20 minutes. We could play at 1.25 speed. It's already a 2-hour live stream. I might not be able to do a gaming stream after this, realistically, because this is going to take maybe an hour more. So, might try to do a gaming stream tomorrow or later in the week. Let's see. But anyways, let us begin the reaction. Noah Samsen on No Politic Here with Isaac and Chris Kunzler, friends of the show. They've both Isaac and Chris were on our fundraiser, helping us raise upwards of $17,000. And I was a guest on Noah's show for his fundraiser, and he was invited to join us on the fundraiser. He was just a little bit busy, couldn't make it. But we hope to collab with Noah Samsen another time. Let's go. Let's watch this segment. I haven't seen it yet, so I do want to give my my opinion on this and see what's up.
Patriation. Are you happy to break your silence about the lawsuit situation? Are you able to?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not getting sued. I've never
I was never getting sued.
I guess that's where like the confusion is.
Because Ethan kept hinting that he has more lawsuits in the works. So I wasn't sure if he still meant Noah Samsen. He's hinting that like he might have wanted to sue Bad Empanada at some point. So okay, it's good to know. That's a nice relief. Good to know that he doesn't have to deal with a lawsuit, at least for now. That's fucking good. Let's go.
According to him, like you were about to fucking lose your house. You were back to the ropes.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that people, because I thought I made it pretty clear in my video that he hadn't sued me, but I guess because he continues to because he sued those other people, people are assuming he sued me. But no, he just spent like 3 or 4 months kind of like harassing me and telling me he was going to take all my money and like make me poor and make me
I guess he figured that he didn't have a case against Noah. He's like, I really can't like sue him. He's got nothing to go after him for. And I think the one thing he had a complaint about was like the title and the thumbnail, like the creators that defended a genocide. I think he either changed the title or like removed Ethan from that cover, which kind of solves that in many ways, I think.
The street begging or whatever. And
you can move it.
And I do think he cut a part out of the video. He did make a small edit to the video.
Me if that happens, by the way.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah. Okay, I hope he sues me then. Fuck it. That'd be a party.
That'd be so sick.
Sorry to your girlfriend though. I'd be taking all her time.
It's all good, man. It's all good. She could sleep on the couch.
Yeah, cool.
I mean, I guess it's like I kind of knew that you weren't getting sued, but it's obviously like there was like I can imagine, the Iranians have like a clock that says this is the amount of time until Israel is destroyed. In his house, he had like a 24-hour countdown. He was like, Noah Samsen, retract your video. And it wasn't just like a little bit of like, oh, you're getting sued. I remember like a huge amount of podcast episodes and also a fucking like Mutahar got involved as well. Some ordinary gamers.
Yeah, Mutahar wanted to help because he was also on that thumbnail. That's right. That's right. Yeah, but Ethan, like, didn't he recently go like, hey, Noah Samsen, like, I haven't forgotten about you. Just like, wait till I'm done with these lawsuits and then I'll eventually get to you. So I don't know if he's actually fully out of the woods. I hope he is. But Ethan has hinted, and correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, but like Ethan has hinted that like, yo, I'm not done with this yet. And like, stay tuned for more. He's hinted that there's more. I know that there's the Reddit lawsuits that are very much ongoing. And like Casey Tron mentioned in her settlement apology, that she's going to help Ethan in whatever way he demands for that lawsuit. So there's that happening. So I don't know if this is still happening. I hope it's not. Some good news.
Yeah, I know.
Noah Harrison, hello.
Multiple pretty big YouTubers that he reached out to that he said, I will pay your legal fees if you join in on this lawsuit. People that I talked about in my video.
Really?
YouTubers who backed a genocide. So yeah, it was a coordinated effort. And I mean, he paid a lawyer to write a cease and desist. To telling me to take down the video or else, or they were going to sue, or I mean, it was just a scare tactic.
Yeah.
At the time, though, I'm completely unfamiliar with, legal proceedings, defamation law and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, I hired a lawyer for sort of analysis on a lot of these things. I talked to a lot of lawyers.
Ethan's not going to like this. Noah Samsen going on Chris Kunzler's podcast. I don't know if Ethan has ever acknowledged Isaac or anything overzealous has ever said about them. Ethan tends to avoid people who make like very well researched, very, very well documented, like video essays about him and like Palestine and pointing out his Zionism. He doesn't go after. He goes after people who he has something against. Like me, he has the clip of me being like, of celebrating like the Israelis running away. Now they have the Asmongold clip that they're all happy with. So they can always be like, you're just a piece of shit, fuck you. And they can just attack me in whatever way they want. He's never gonna face Chris or Isaac. I think he's never gonna like. All he does is like call Chris Kunzler. That's the best he can do. Anytime Chris says something about Palestine, he skips over it literally.
And it was kind of a stressful time for sure, because it's like I mean, if someone wants to legally harass you until you don't have enough money to pay lawyers and then you have to settle, they can do that. That's just how
we saw him do
the
it.
American. And yeah, I mean, he is doing that right now. And that's another thing we can talk about is his just completely cowardly shift to be like, okay, I can't sue him because he's just expressing a political opinion, and I can't sue these other people because they're just watching my content, but they're women, I guess. Yeah. So I'm going to sue all of them at once and then make a big fuss about it. And yeah, I mean, like really terrorize their lives, for lack of a better term, because of the financial, he has multiple businesses. They have. And again,
I know the argument that people are going to make right now. If I say, yeah, he shouldn't have sued them. Okay, yeah, in the videos, they do say something that sounds like maybe they're trying to steal his views. Again, granted, even if they did break copyright law, what being sued for $150,000 maximum damages, having the harassment that is being sent their way. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw that recent Frogan video that came out a couple of days ago of her crying on stream, and I wanted to talk about it more openly, honestly, but I don't know if I like Frogan is a friend, so me knowing her personally, I felt weird talking about that topic and reacting to that video live on stream. But like Frogan, like we saw how hard that lawsuit was on Caseytron. There's Frogan is on screen talking about how she's struggling with like financials mainly. I think also, I mean, look, I don't know about the streaming side of it, but like having a massive lawsuit where you might have to pay $150,000 in damages and there's lawyer fees that are piling up is adding a lot of stress to Frogan, and all of the harassment that she gets online anytime she tweets, anytime she does anything. Like I get 1/10 of the harassment that Frogan and Caseytron are getting online on Twitter. Can you imagine getting that every single day when you're streaming, when you're just trying to have a good time, when you post anything random, just a selfie on the internet? She gets endless harassment. You know that Frogan, once when I met Frogan and Capri and Raph in Los Angeles, I was like, hey, why don't you do like IRL streams? Like it could be fun. It's a way to mix up your content. Oh my God, Nat, I fell asleep and fell from the pillow. Natuti, are you okay? You fell from the pillow? Fell from the pillow. Guys, she fell. She was so out of it that she fell. Sweet little girl. You passed down, fell? I wish I saw it. I just saw her like on the floor. Yeesh, baby. I didn't even know Cat like thought like that. I thought she's supposed to have, she has very weird balance, by the way. She has very weird balance, but like, oh my God, that was so fucking cute. Little Natuti. Oh my God. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. I can't remember what I was saying. A lesbian seagull sends $2 and says Noah and AB have the same voice and it is insane. Really? You think so? But I can't. What the fuck was I was talking about? Oh my God.
Just sicko weird fan base that like still.
Oh yeah, the harassment. Yeah. So Frogan. I was talking to Frogan. I was like, why don't you try doing IRL streams? Wouldn't that be fun? She was literally like, I'm too scared to do IRL streams because people that like would literally try to like target my streams and like try to harass me in the streets. So like she's too scared to IRL stream so that she doesn't reveal where she is in public, so that people don't fucking harass her. Some fucking insane Ethan fan or Asmongold fan or something like meets her down in the street and like tries to like fuck with them live on stream. Like she didn't feel safe enough to live stream. So of course she's gonna suffer and she's gonna not enjoy streaming for the past few months. And the financial side of it is all going to scare her because the pressure is insane and the harassment that she deals with is insane. You can disagree with her takes, man. You can think she has bad takes. You don't have to enjoy her content. But to send that amount of hate towards her is insane. And now people are questioning, like, why do you get, if you're struggling with money, why do you have nails that cost $100? And she's having to explain herself, like, why she gets her nails done. And, like, it's insane. It's the fact, like, it's like someone be like, why? Like, if you're not rich, why did you spend $50 on this Lord of the Rings Blu-ray trilogy? Why do you, like, it's like fucking weird. Like, let people spend money how they want to spend. Like, getting your nails done every couple of weeks isn't the most fucking insane thing in the world. You know what I mean? Like, let people treat themselves to little pleasures from time to time. It doesn't mean someone's living a luxury lifestyle. You can buy a Blu-ray trilogy and not be living a luxury lifestyle. I got to put my set back in place, folks. Important stuff. So anyways, Bad Pierogi just gifted 1 2-hour membership. Thank you so much, Bad Pierogi. Let's go.
No, they're all like 24-year-old girls that are also now liberal Zionists and extremely parasocial. It's a very demonic place to like exist. But at the same time, that financial consistency allows you to theoretically legally harass people. But he did just lose that big defamation lawsuit against what's his name?
Ryan Kavanaugh. He settled. He settled.
Yeah, he settled. And he had to pay. I have an insider source that has informed me that he had to pay. I can't give you the figure, but an exorbitant. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so it's something that.
Damn, he had to pay a lot. That's crazy. And he settled, and he had to do like an apology. And because he hated and he felt so embarrassed about doing that apology, he wanted to make Caseytron do a similar apology. And he made like the things he made Caseytron saying that apology are honestly kind of insane. Bringing things up that have nothing to do with the lawsuit. Like at least the apology that Ethan had to read was all about the case, just the insults that he hurled towards Ryan Kavanaugh, talking about his business, like his friend Brad the Bull sleeping with his wife, like all that sort of thing. But Ethan made Casey trying to apologize for like Asmongold stuff. He made her say that like Hassan did nothing to help. He made her say that like anti-Semitism is a huge problem on the left, when none of those things had any bearing over the case. It was just a copyright case. So at least Ryan Kavanaugh like gave Ethan the opportunity to give like a more dignified apology. Not that Casey Tron lost any dignity. Like she just had to do what she had to do to get out of that horrible situation. Full support to Casey Tron. I'm just glad it's over. She's having fun like doing a Christmas stream right now. Let's fucking go. You know what I mean? Ethan does look like Harvey Weinstein. I made that joke on one of the previous streams. They should do a website like, does Ethan look like Harvey? Does Ethan look like Ryan Kavanaugh? Actually, Ethan looks like Ryan Kavanaugh.
You could theoretically, tally on to the idea that he's trying to financially harass people and that it won't last as long. But in the case of my lawsuit, it was just a scare tactic. It was a political effort to delete criticism of Zionism. And that, he doesn't work for the Israeli government, but the Israeli government funds projects like that across the world in order to stifle criticism of Zionism. So it's the same fundamental structure, and he was participating in it in his own for free, I mean, to be paid for it. Like he wasn't even paid by the government to act like that. So that's what's so troubling. But yeah, I mean, he's a fucking, I don't like he's a pussy. That's the whole thing.
He's a huge
it's a gendered insult, but it's completely.
Let's go. I mean, I don't know if Ethan is he's gonna use that against them. Look at these sexist men. They think they're heroes of the left. Look at these leftists calling me a pussy. Look, you know what I'm saying? I can already hear the criticism. Look at these leftist men, supposedly open-minded, supposedly liberal, being misogynistic. Ethan, who regularly calls women the B word on his show.
I don't like he's a pussy. That's the whole thing.
He's a huge
it's a gendered insult, but
I want to see what they were saying earlier.
The Israeli government funds projects like that across the world in order to stifle criticism of Zionism. So it's the same fundamental structure, and he was participating in it in his own for free. I mean, to be paid for it. Like
Ethan and Ela have been doing it for the love of the game. All the Zionist things they've been saying, as far as I know, they've not been paid by the government. So yeah, it is purely for the love of Israel, for the love of the land, the love of the game. Let's go.
He wasn't even paid by the government to act like that. So that's what's so troubling. But yeah, I mean, he's a fucking, I don't like he's a pussy. That's the whole thing.
He's a huge
it's a gendered insult, but it's completely
look, they're admitting it's a gendered insult. Like they know they're not supposed to say, but like sometimes the word pussy expresses what someone wants to say. Well, I think most women understand at that point. Shit. I try not to use it. Sometimes I still use it.
It's just it's pathetic. Like it's very sad watching him say.
A lot of women use it too. Like fuck it, guys. Shit.
Weak, fragile man.
Insult women, call them bitches, be so fragile, all in order for this ultimate goal. I mean, people have been speculating that it's to make Hassan pay these other creators to help their legal funds, so then he would be financially harming Hassan, which is just insanity.
Exactly. Again, like we've talked about this how many times. The lawsuits are mainly about he's targeting people that have criticized him online or people that have a connection to Hassan. It's a way to embarrass people who have criticized them, get back at them. It's a way to stifle people from wanting to criticize them. It's a way to discourage them. Like, hey, if you ever criticize me, you're either going to get a lawsuit. I'm either going to throw my fans at you to harass you. Like they're not suing me, but I get called Millhouse every other episode. Now he's teaming up with Asmongold and like they react to each other shitting on me. So now I find myself in a situation where anytime I put out a tweet or anything, I'm also getting harassed nonstop online. So you either get harassed nonstop and shat on their podcast, you either get sued, or he wants to make Hassan, and he also wants to make Hassan pay somehow. He can't sue Hassan for anything. So how can he make him pay financially, sue these other people, and hope that behind the scenes Hassan is having to foot the bill for their lawyers, for whatever settlement, for whatever. He just wants to punish Hassan, anyone associated to Hassan, and anyone who called Ethan and Ela a Zionist over the past 2 years. That is the goal of these lawsuits. Basically, he's having a tantrum and getting back at anyone who he thinks has slighted him, Ela, or their podcast, and has contributed to lower views, lower Teddy Fresh sales, a poor Teddy Glow launch, all that sort of shit. That's what this is about. That's what it's always been about. It's not about copyright. Okay, yeah, sure. Maybe they said something that sounded kind of questionable, or you could make the argument, whatever the case is. It's not a reason for Ethan to ruin these people's lives. As someone who was sued for copyright and who knows how devastating it was, and who was sued for defamation by Harvey Weinstein. And Ethan was rich when he got sued by by Ryan Kavanaugh. He was rich, and it still was a fucking nightmare for him. And the Noah saying that he had to pay a massive settlement. Well, he's suing people that he knows aren't rich, and he knows that can't afford these lawsuits, and he's reveling in it. His fans are reveling in them, losing their homes. I got into a whole spat with Asmongold on Twitter. Like, He literally wants them to lose their homes. He literally said, like, I want them to be ruined financially. It's crazy.
Forgive me if I'm
Just
wrong.
using
Noah.
these people as like you know, financial pawns in some weird psychological game that only he is playing. Like he's obsessed.
Yeah. Did he ever actually like refute any of the actual arguments you made, like pertaining to actual political issues? Because that's something that I noticed with him. Like he won't talk about Chris. He won't. Well, if he is talking about Chris and he's like showing a video where Chris is present, he'll literally just skip over his part.
Yeah, literally. We talked about that earlier when he was reacting to Chris Kunzler and Madison from Cruel World, Happy Mind. He kept skipping over Chris's parts.
He'll be like, I'm going to go to this other person. Chris is saying a whole bunch of gobbledygook. We don't need any of that.
I'm going to go to the woman to call her a Nazi and a bitch.
Yeah, I'm going to get my wife to call her that. Yeah.
If anyone's watching this and hasn't seen it yet, Chris has a video covering Ethan's response to your stream with Madison from the channel Cruel World, Happy Mind. I forget if that's her name.
Yeah,
but
that is Madison.
To her. And Ethan reacted to it in an amazing way.
Let's see. So you're talking about other shit right now, right? Now, I know a lot of you guys have trouble listening to Chris Kunzler, and don't worry, I've watched this, and no offense to Chris, but he doesn't really have anything interesting to say. So in the interest of
he doesn't have anything interesting to say, aka like accurate historical analysis of what actually happened.
Sparing us all, I'm going to just skip over what he has to say.
To be honest, that was something that really irked me. And the reason it irked me so much is because I know you spoke to Madison as well, Isaac.
Yeah.
But I spoke to her. Madison never once purported to be like an expert on Palestine. She has done 2 live streams in her life, one being with Ethan Klein and one being with me. They spent their time going, look, she wasn't very good at this, was she? And it's like, sorry, she, first of all, did not come from this position of wanting to be expert on Palestine. She's someone who's like, hey, I actually care about Palestine and I'd like to talk about it more. And I think that ultimately, especially for someone who makes like content that everything is political realistically.
Yeah.
You know, even like the YouTube shorts, Minecraft reels that I see all the time. Those are political. In that they waste my time, but
they pull you away from being an anti-Zionist.
Yeah,
they take the Zionist entity.
They've been sent to trick me. But just on the topic of like reaching out to like a wider audience and like showing people, hey, this Palestine stuff is important and it's good to talk about. Like that's a good thing. Like I'm sorry, it is a good thing. And I'm glad I did it. The only thing that has been a terrible fucking feeling, and obviously not really a stress in my life, not trying to take away from this, is once again, this thing of watching his cult-like fans go financially ruined to be expert on Palestine. She's someone who's like, hey.
Yeah, and I agree with Chris right there. Like, I'm not an expert on Palestine. I felt like when the genocide was happening, when Israel was bombing us, I'm like, listen, am I going to let the fact that I don't know every single detail about what happened since the inception of Israel to today and before it and the Nakba and everything, like, does that mean I shouldn't fucking talk about it? And like, no, you shouldn't let that stop you. You should let it stop you from saying things that are inaccurate and always going to some literature to back up what you're saying and make sure that what you're saying is accurate and try at least to react to people that know what they're saying and bring up experts that know what they're talking about. But he's absolutely right. She never pretended to be an expert on Palestine. I don't pretend to be an expert on what happened, but I've learned a lot since it started. Sometimes I joke that I know more about the history of Palestine than I do about the history of Lebanon now. But yeah, she never pretended to be an expert. She just wanted to do her part to help.
I actually care about Palestine and I'd like to talk about it more. And I think that ultimately, especially for someone who makes like content that everything is political realistically.
Yeah.
You know, even like the YouTube shorts, Minecraft reels that I see all the time. Those are political. In that they waste my time, but
they pull you away from being an anti-Zionist.
Yeah,
they take the Zionist entity.
They've been sent to trick me. But just on the topic of like reaching out to like a wider audience and like showing people, hey, this Palestine stuff is important and it's good to talk about. Like that's a good thing. Like I'm sorry, it is a good thing. And I'm glad I did it. The only thing that has been a terrible fucking feeling, and obviously not really a stress in my life, not trying to take away from this, is once again, this thing of watching his cult-like fans go financially ruin someone, financially ruin someone for me, financially ruin someone so we can get catharsis about the bad woman who, you know, stole from the Mr. Ethan Klein. And it's just like, oh God, how do you have
that has been just insane for me. Just the way that like the internet is so... They're so easily justifying ruining these people's lives over a video. Like they have no shame. They're celebrating it, so open about it. Online culture has like changed a lot in the last couple of years. Like it's crazy. Again, you can think that they did something wrong. You can think that, okay, I don't like how they reacted to that video. To me, it seems like they breached copyright. to go from that to be like ruin their lives, take their homes, they should be ruined. Casey Tron's parents need to be homeless. Fuck them. I don't give a shit what happens to them. Put the fries in the bag, like all that sort of shit. Like it's just it's crazy to me.
The audacity, like, how do you have the audacity to call yourself a leftist? And I think it's a problem of almost the era of red pill content you were fucking talking about. The reason that Ethan portrayed himself as a leftist was just because he spoke about really bad men on the internet being objectively really bad. And it's easy to look good when, you know, you talk down to the worst guy. Being
Anti-right wing is not being left wing by any means. And that's kind of been unearthed in the last few years, I feel like, especially. But in the case of Ethan, it's just I mean, I really don't even like talking about him, and that's part of why, like, when I see he'll do stuff and I'll be like, man, that would be a fun video to make, because he's so stupid. He's just so fucking stupid, and it's such an easy thing to use to like show people what Zionism looks like. But then I'm like, well, his fans, the only people left in his fan base are parasocial, sycophantic Zionist freaks, like some combination of that, like liberal Zionists or people
and
who just.
Ethan was a great way to talk about it because he's popular. The crash out was popular at the time. So it was a great way to talk about Zionism and explain, like, look, this is a dude who doesn't understand that he's a Zionist. So he was a great example, actually, because he's saying all of this stuff, and then he's like, but why are people reacting to me this way? Why don't they understand that I love Palestine and that I'm not, you know, I'm against the genocide? And he just wasn't understanding. And he was actually a great example because this is how people that are brainwashed to believe a certain thing don't understand what it is that we hear when we know what's actually going on in the situation. You know what I mean? So like Ethan was constantly spewing out this shit and then be like, why are people calling me a Zionist? So it was actually an opportunity for him to learn, like, listen, Ethan, your heart is in the right place. You said X. This is why people think that you're a Zionist. He just refused to hear it. And when Hassan tried to help him, didn't want to hear it. When Sam Cedar tried to tell him and to explain it to him, he didn't want to hear it. So he's just being extremely fucking stubborn about the whole fucking situation.
Apathetic. They don't give a fuck. They give a fuck when it's time to say, oh, he's pro-Palestine. Oh, he did this. Oh, he did that. But when it comes down to it, when it comes down to their actual politics, they do not care at all. And an audience like that is still, to this day, willing to financially support a creator that is perpetuating liberal Zionism is, that's, I don't want to say it's a lost cause, but it is. There are other places, a lot of times, that I think are potentially more worthy to focus, unless things are just so clearly heinous that that you have to touch on it and it's easy. But I don't know.
Well, I bring up his avoidance of like dealing with your political arguments because Chris is someone who has made copious amounts of genuinely thought out great criticism of
his audience. Is cooked, man. Like, that's it. Like, you can't save that audience. Everyone who's still there after all of this harassment, after all the Hassan stuff, after all the lawsuit stuff, if you're still there and like enjoying the show, then like, yeah, you're unconvertible at this point. Plus, a lot of people left, but they've been replaced with like a lot of like maybe not Destiny anymore because of the pedophile stuff. Like, there was a lot of Destiny fans in there at a point. There's like Nick the Oreo fans, Keemstar fans, Asmongold fans now. Like, Ethan is now just like a troll creator who's like suing a lot of creators that these people don't like. Like, because these people hate Frogan, they hate Denims, they hate Casey Tron, they hate Hassan. They now like and support Ethan just because he's going after the people that they hate. So now by default, he's become like one of their new content creators that they like. Even though, like, again, Asmongold loves Nick Fuentes, and Ethan is trying to get on Asmongold's good side, even though Asmongold's audience also loves Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes is a rabid anti-Semite. Ethan doesn't give a shit about anti-Semitism, about any of that stuff. They just criticized him and Ela. That's why he's upset. And he'll align himself with anyone if it means saving his views and saving his audience and saving his podcast. So yeah, whoever's left in Ethan's audience is irredeemable, in my opinion, at this point.
Him on a political level, I've criticized him politically. I've talked about how he, perpetuated the lie that, during the Nakba, the Arab leaders told the Palestinians to flee, and that's a right-wing Israeli myth that's been debunked by Zionists themselves, like Shlomo Ben-Ami. It's been debunked by Benny Morris. Like, this is a lie. But he never retracted that statement. He'll go on and say that.
Yeah, he blamed the Nakba on Arabs, on Arab nations. Like, they told the Palestinians, leave, get out of your homes. We're just going to deal with these Jews real quick. We're just going to kill all of them. And then you guys can come back. And then they lost the war, apparently. So that's why, Jewish people took their homes, and like, it's fucking crazy, man.
Palestinians in Israel, their plight is merely analogous to how minorities in America are treated.
It's a country that exists. It has borders. It has 20% of its population are Palestinians. I believe that they do have virtually equal rights there, although there's a lot of social much like racism is in America.
He said virtually equal rights. He knows it's not equal rights. He tries to pretend that it is. There are so many laws, sets of laws that ensure that Palestinians do not have equal rights to Israelis. Ethan, come on.
America, where it's like technically on the books there's not, but obviously there's a lot of room to improving the situation for Palestinians who are living in Israel proper.
Which is completely untrue. There are discriminatory laws in Israel that will meet the definition of apartheid. What is apartheid? It's a non-exhaustive list of inhumane acts committed against one group of people by one racial group that seeks to dominate the other group, and they commit that act with the goal of preserving that structure. That is something that happens in Israel. But Ethan just boils it down to, okay, it's just the way that minorities in America are treated. It's exactly the same, which is not the truth. We have called him out on this so many times. We've made great arguments against him on a political level, nothing personal. I don't believe Chris to be the guy who sent skulls to his house, unless I'm wrong. But
Chris did it. Look at that face. Look at that face right here. That's the face of a guilty man, folks.
There's a concerted effort with Ethan to only respond to the fluff, never get to the root of the issue. And even when he dealt with you, like, he didn't actually combat any of your arguments. He took issue with your thumbnail.
In the stream, he said explicitly that he would.
Even with me, they just call me Millhouse and comment on like my unfortunate things I probably have said on stream. That's what they focus on. Like, anytime I actually explain to Ethan and Ela why they're Zionist, I fucking list all the things they fucking said and show the video, and like, and I literally made a list of like the moments that they said that made me uncomfortable. Like, I was like, okay, it's when they said these like 12 things. I was like, all right, I've had enough. This is done for me. They never react to any of that stuff. They only react to moments that they can point to you as like to embarrass you or make me look bad or make me like, you know what I mean? Just make me sound like a fucking asshole. They've never ever reacted to anything I had to say that was criticizing them for like their Zionism and like me offering an explanation. Never. But that's also because most of their research they do is from Reddit. So whatever their fans post on Reddit, if it's a 15-second clip out of context, that's all they react to. Even though AB watches the show all the time, AB should know, you know, AB should tell Ethan, but they don't. They just use the fucking Reddit clips. So it's just the worst of the worst.
Because I was like,
watch it.
He's not going to respond. He said, I will respond in the court, basically in court. Like, you're going to get sued, and I'm going to respond to each argument in court. And I was like, okay, well then I already win because you're not going to sue me. So this is like ridiculous. But then he did the same thing with you guys. He just completely ignored it. And I mean, there's a material motivation to not alienate more of his audience by showing them places where you prove him to be like a repulsive Zionist. Like, that's obviously against his material interest. They run businesses, they're trying to make money.
Yeah.
At the same time, like you that is part of why it's so easy for these people to, because they don't know and they don't care. Like, when you're that parasocial, you're not a serious political actor, you aren't going to go seek out the critique and listen to it in good faith and try and understand what we have been saying. You're just going to watch the stream and you're going to see him dunking on this like this creator who made her first essentially like explicitly political video about Palestine in a very minor part of her video in an argument, and you're going to verbally berate her and call her names and say she's a Nazi, and it's going to feel so cathartic for you because you like Ethan Klein. That's the extent of your politics, which is not political, right? But I mean, I think there are a lot of actual liberal Zionist arguments that are being perpetuated by this.
Imagine defending Israel because you like Ethan Klein and you like the H3 podcast. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, I used to like Ethan Klein. I used to like the H3 podcast. As soon as his politics started to like reveal themselves for what they really were, or like weren't aligning with mine, I put that above the fact that like, but I like, he makes videos that I like. At some point, you got to ask yourself what's more important. I'm sure there's some people that overlooked it for a while. Like, you know what, he's a Zionist, but like, I still really like the content, so I'll still try to watch. And maybe it took them longer to jump ship, or maybe they're still watching, or maybe maybe he was actually able to convert them, and they now see Ethan's perspective and they agree with Ethan. Who knows? But like, for me, it's like, yeah, okay, I like this guy, but like, at the end of the day, if my values don't align with this person's values, fuck it. Even if I used to spend all this time watching H3, Teddy Fresh, all that sort of shit, you guys know the story.
This person, but yeah, when it comes to like actual criticism, this is just, creators, by and large, a lot of times these drama people, these old guard creators cannot respond to criticism, so they ignore it because they're trying to make money, or they ignore it because in his case specifically, I think he is a very fragile person. Like, he is refuses to reckon with the fact that he might be a discussing anti-Palestinian racist and upholding these structures with his rhetoric. And it's much easier to turn away, to turn to your IDF wife and hear whatever she has to say about it to back you up, which I'm sure will prove.
That's going to piss him off. IDF wife. Why do you call her my wife? Why don't you call her Ela?
prove that you're not racist when a racist does that. Like it's just a I don't
Defer
know,
to the writer of Ramallah. She's a his character reference.
You're speaking over IDF voices, I guess. I don't know. It's really unfortunate. But yeah, it's just like you threaten to sue for so long. You don't sue because you know you can't sue. That whole thing is a charade. That whole thing is we're gonna get 2 or 3 episodes out of this. We're gonna, dig up dirt on somebody, find his ex, and have
more than 2 or 3 episodes. They milked the shit out of that. They got a couple episodes out of Casey Tron, the apology video, then reacting to the reactions to the apology. He's going to do the same with Frogan. He's going to do the same with Denims. And then updates on the lawsuits. Like, the lawsuits are also a content strategy. I forgot to mention that. It's a way to hurt Hassan. It's a way to hurt his critics. It's a way to discourage people from criticizing Ethan. All that sort of thing. It's also content. It's content for the show. It's content for his new fans who hate these creators and want to see them suffer. So it's such mean-spirited content as well, because it's literally about, like, let's revel in ruining these people's lives. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's so toxic at this point.
Her say things that you didn't say and do all sorts of like bizarre, weird, slimy tactics to try and attack someone's character rather than defend your pro-Israel positions, because you can't defend that because Israel's committing a genocide and you support it. So
it's really interesting because that was like frankly outrageous, the whole thing of like him bringing up someone from your personal life. But also it's really funny because it's the classic right wing or like libbed out alleged left winger attack.
That was crazy, by the way. And like the story, what they made it seem like it was really fucking horrific, and it ended up being like he slept with someone. I can't remember that. I feel even bad talking about this. Like, didn't use protection and like didn't tell her that he was sleeping with someone else. And like, okay, that could be considered bad, but like, to do a whole like gotcha podcast expose as if he like fucking essayed someone, it's like, holy shit, man. Like, Jesus Christ.
Tactic of like, look how much fun Hassan is having at your expense whilst he purports to be a socialist doing this. Look how much fun of woman protector Nour is having at your expense. He's actually the worst guy in the world. He's not what he says he is. And like, realistically, then all of these people get their enjoyment by, looking at the figure of excess and punishing them. Like, that's really how it factors into this politics. Like, these people just look for it.
It's like, I mean, not to be debate lord, but it is an ad hominem ultimately. It is attacking the character of someone, not their argument. It's trying to tear someone down in the eyes of an audience so that you can generate all this controversy about it without actually dealing with the substance. And for people that are engaged with politics, it's very clear to see, but these people just aren't.
It's an appeal to like perceived hypocrisy with you. It's like, oh, look, he is a feminist, but he's actually also like Jeffrey Epstein or whatever the fuck he tried.
Yeah, exactly. And he almost never attacks the substance, or he goes for substance when he thinks the person isn't qualified to talk about it. Like Madison, like he invited her on and just sat there and berated her. It's like, you don't know the history. Everything you're saying is anti-Semitic, made her feel bad, made her cry. Like, it's kind of crazy. That's what he does. That's what he's been doing. He's avoiding real conversations. I mean, they invited me because technically they also, to be fair, they think I'm an idiot. So that's why they want to talk to me. But they'll be surprised. But again, my condition was never met. Drop the lawsuits. That's never going to happen. So, I have no reason to get on there and talk to these people because there will never be a positive outcome because he's still suing people that I like. He's still harassing people that I like. Even if I convince him that he's a Zionist, he's still a piece of shit. Unfortunately.
Get you for it. He was pushing it like crazy, and then when you actually listen to it, it's like the most benign shit ever.
His producer Dan said, I think the quote is like, "I wouldn't go denying October 7th rapes Noah given your history." So very clearly implying.
Fuck, I didn't remember he said that, but yeah, like they're literally making it seem like you raped someone. Holy shit.
That I'm a rapist.
I didn't know that.
And then when the person came on to talk about what she was going to talk about, she
Dan said that? That's so fucked.
Explicitly denied any sort of abuse or wrongdoing in that regard. And it was very much like they had to issue a, cover their ass legal apology to say, at that stream, like, okay, we are not accusing him of anything. But in the prior stream, they very, very implied. But I can't sit here and sue people that say things like that for defamation or whatever, because I don't know. I don't have the money. I don't have the time. I don't want to get into a prolonged legal battle with someone like that. But I mean, that's the kind of stuff that's like, it's very
Ethan Klein, my man.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just very dishonest and it's frustrating.
That's very fucked up. The insinuating that he raped someone, like I wouldn't talk about October the 7th rape if I were you, or like based on given your history, Noah. That is such an insanely fucked thing to say. Like that's so fucked. Putting that on someone. And again, they're saying that to like their hundreds of thousands of fucking viewers or watching the show. It's not the millions that used to watch the show, but still, That's pretty fucked to have out there. Because you know H3 fans will actually walk up to you in the street and like harass you like they did to like Dan Clancy. He even mentioned that someone reached out to him on like a dating platform once. We talked about that. I think he talked about that on this charity live stream.
Yeah, I think it's also like a...
Yeah, EZZB says no one should be the one suing. For that, for insinuating that he's a rapist, he could actually kind of fucking sue for defamation.
Horrifying part of American society, and to an extent British society. It's not quite as bad here, but just like suing people constantly. Like, I'm sorry, it goes right up to the fucking president suing the BBC over editing a clip of him to make him look slightly worse. And, you know, like, I'm no defender of the BBC, but of all of the things that they should be held to account for, that is minimal, in my opinion. But, like, just this litigious nature of just, yeah, I'm going to sue everyone. I'm going to attack them. I'm going to not bother and deal with anything that they say. Ugh, it's just...
Americans
it's just
love
repugnant.
burger and lawsuit. That's America right there. Land of the free.
Yeah. And it's just, it's so
They say burgers and
incongruous of being
lawsuits. Chris should have said burgers.
That's America.
It's just
Americans
it's just
love
repugnant.
burger and lawsuit. That's
Look, American or not, I do love me a good burger. I hate fucking lawsuits. I hate just everything about Americans being so lawsuit happy. They're so litigious. It's very off-putting. People get sued for everything in America, man. Like, no one helps each other anymore because everyone's afraid of getting sued for like fucking up.
America right there. Land of the free.
Yeah. And it's just, it's so incongruous with being a leftist, like spending your time doing that. Like, I'd rather talk about politics or something to that effect, you know, and like challenge someone on the basis of what they say and what they do. And it's a funny thing about like, kind of the position I came from versus the position I find myself in. Like, when you learn about academia, you're not told read the Israeli perspective in academia. Sure, you read Israeli authors, you learn about what their narratives are, but it's not like you are learning to counter things. You are just learning about it for the sake of trying to produce new knowledge about something meaningful, you know? And I think that like, in many ways, this is...
Gotta be honest, guys, I'm getting fucking hungry. I'm supposed to react to the Taylor Lorenz clip on Vanguard. I mean, if I'm gonna do that, I have to take like a 10-minute shawarma break. Go downstairs, pick up a shawarma from the nearby shawarma joint, and then come back and then watch the Taylor Lorenz stuff. And then might have to skip a gaming stream for tonight. This is already going on for almost 3 hours. Unless I skip the Taylor Lorenz thing altogether, take a 30 to 40-minute break, have a shawarma, and then do some dispatch. What do you guys think in the chat? Let me know. Can I skip the Taylor Lorenz Vanguard video? Maybe we can watch it another time. Like on tomorrow's live stream or something?
An interesting aspect of the content that we've ended up, like we all end up creating online, that so much of it is just combating people because the problem of social media, and this is a general thing, this is almost like an impossible problem of the medium, is people want things to be combated and fought against. And so people are always going to be able to do it in really problematic and horrifying ways to appeal to their audience. Even if they built an audience like Ethan did off the basis of, I am the defender of free speech.
Yeah.
People don't give a shit. There's a thing about like the Reagan and the news that I once read, and it's like, well, you know, the news thought they'd take down Reagan by showing...
Oh, shit. Hello? Is my mic... Okay, I turned off the audio for some reason. Turned off my speaker by accident. God damn it, no. Okay, is it working again?
In spite of the scandals, they loved him because...
No! God damn it, what did I do? Okay, now, is it working now?
The scandals. And I think...
Yes. Okay, do I go? Okay, let me make a poll. Poll. Let's end this poll. So no mic, huh? No button. I might still work. If Chris can make a button, let's have a button. Let's start a poll. Shawarma break, yes or no? Dizzle McFizzle sends a $5 dono. It says USA land a free home of the Whopper. God bless a Whopper, folks. Grilled, always freshly grilled. Though those goddamn Whoppers. I would go. I haven't had a Whopper in so fucking long, to be honest with you. So 81% saying yes for a shawarma break.
Unfortunately, a thing you increasingly realize is a lot of people with big audiences, unless the scandal is like pedophile, is pretty much the only one that's like damning now. I mean, Andrew Tate's gotten away with it, but unless it's that.
Troll.
Yeah, I mean, being the pedo troll, that's a winner. That's a Reddit
Klein's
account.
Former Reddit account, or I mean, it is his Reddit account.
Yeah. The artist formerly known as pedo troll.
Artful is going to bed. Good night, Artful Decadence. Have a great night. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being an awesome mod as always.
I'm a Redditor from Israel, and this is my account.
Yeah, just I was considering, because I was like, yeah, when it comes to politics, like winning or successfully defending yourself in court from defamation is not a win. Like that's not some kind of thing to like spend time and money celebrating, because it just means that this person did not have the grounds to sue you. It doesn't mean that they defamed you. You have to do a separate thing, and that costs another tens of thousands of dollars. And that's not like, initially I was like, okay, what if this went to court and became a big thing, the new Johnny Depp Amber Heard, and it was like a huge fun thing where we had to, cite the ICJ at Los Angeles, civil court, so that we could say,
I would fuck if this were an Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing and it was televised, I would react to the whole fucking court case. I would become one of those folks. We'd sit there and watch, and then I'd get sued by Ethan for reacting to him in a lawsuit. Then I'd get sued for reacting to, and then the whole thing. He would copyright the court cases. He'd find a way.
Well, they are committing a genocide. Well, he did use this rhetoric to support it. That would be kind of fun. But then I was like, no, actually, very quickly was like, that's not like a very productive avenue of politics. As fun as it might
I'll finish this, and then I'll get the shawarma break, and then we'll watch Taylor Lorenz.
be to go in court on camera.
Jim says, I've got to skedaddle. Good night, chat. Good night, Anthony. Jim, good night. Thank you so much for the generous donos. Thank you so much for gifting subs. And thank you for being your amazing self, sir. Salutations to Jim. Good night, sir.
Camera. But yeah, just silly. Just very silly.
And also, I mean, the case of Johnny Depp Amber Heard basically proves that there can be unequivocal evidence in your favor, and you will still get fucked by the American legal system. Like,
Oh, yeah. Amber Heard, remember, won her case in the UK. She only lost in America because the jury was fucking taken by a social media campaign.
That story is a madness, and it always surprises me that people react so negatively when you can look at her narrative and the things that are said and like what the British court found about it. And it's like, Jesus Christ, like, how are you sitting here defending a 50-year-old man who was dating a 20-year-old and just, like, evidently abusing her? And I guess something else we mentioned we want to talk about is, have you seen the Casey Tron apology video?
I did watch it. Yeah, that was very hostage. Free the hostages.
Yeah.
Bro. She was like literally on like so like gun.
That was a disturbing ass apology, man. That was so sad to watch, but at the same time, she's having like a fucking fun ass time right now, dressed as the Grinch, singing Christmas songs. Like, Casey Tron's free, man. Casey Tron is free. She done with all this shit.
To the head kind of thing. It was crazy. It's crazy.
Where's your yellow ribbon, Noah? Where's your yellow ribbon?
Very true. I need that. She should have been wearing one. That might have made it go down better or something.
Oh God. He probably would have sued her again.
Oh yeah, for making a mockery of Israeli suffering or whatever.
Ethan could have actually. He should have. I wouldn't have been surprised if if part of the settlement apology, one of the conditions was you got to wear a pin, you got to wear a hostage pin, or else no settlement.
Yeah, that was. I mean, for anyone that watched it, does I think make him look like a psychopath. Him reacting to her apology and celebrating and gloating about this person who very clearly was reading a legal script to avoid financial penalties, doesn't believe these things, because how could you? Obviously this guy's a fucking loser that's trying to legally harass and abuse everyone, and with a complete misunderstanding of like copyright infringement, even and in contradiction with his history of supposedly fighting copyright, which that even isn't necessarily the truth. I think Bad and Banana's done some good videos about specifically that narrative.
Holy shit. Very generous $20 donor from Half Baked Destruction. $20 says, why does frivolity come at the cost of fascistic decay? Why can't we all just live in peace? I give off the dome answer to a question about alternatives, and I receive can't be done. Is frivolity evil? Stay safe, friend. God damn, I was not expecting such a deep and thoughtful message at this time by Half-Baked Destruction. Let me read that again. Why does frivolity come at the cost of fascistic decay? Why can't we all just live in peace? I give an off-the-dome answer to a question about alternatives, and I receive can't be done. Is frivolity evil? Yeah, it's so weird. Like, people, is frivolity evil? What do you guys think? By the way, thank you so much for supporting the audience at such, for supporting the channel at such a high level. But I don't know. I think in this case, frivolity can be evil. In the case of a frivolous lawsuit, definitely.
Lack of, the sort of false
W's in the chat for Half-Baked
by...
Destruction, folks. W's in the chat. Thank you so much. It was very sweet. And a very thoughtful message. Like, honestly, took me by surprise.
Him being like a free speech warrior. I don't think he ever really was. But in contrast to his
And
image,
thank you for the message. Stay safe, friend. You too have baked destruction. Thank you so much for the well wishes. Means a lot. We're good for now. We're safe for now. Still anticipating an Israeli assault at some point.
you know, that still is acceptable.
Didn't Ethan say he was going to sue him too? Remember? He was like, I'm
I think so. He
coming
said he
for
was
you.
gonna, like, extradite him or whatever.
He's fled to Uruguay. He's fled to Uruguay now.
A lot of people
Uruguay.
still think I live with Bad Empanada in Argentina.
Oh my
Because
god! I remember you posted an Instagram story, right?
That was funny.
I did
That
an
was
Instagram
really
story. He actually sent me some videos from around like Argentina to post. Bad Empanada did, so I could post them, and then a photo of him at like a bar, like at night, like and like and then I was moving at the time, so I posted a photo of me with all the stuff in the background with boxes and stuff, and I was like, Argentina bound, let's get it. This is so exciting. And of course they're all like, oh, he's fleeing to go ahead.
I would watch a reality show of Noah Samsen moving in with Bad Empanada. That would be unhinged shit. Like Bad Empanada is probably the weirdest and most intense like housemate. Like Noah Samsen wakes up in the middle of the night and like Bad Empanada's like standing at the edge of his bed, just like completely dark. You just see like his eyes staring at him. I would imagine he would be incredibly funny and / scary to live with. Like, I'm curious what's in Bad Empanada's fridge. Can you imagine his fridge? And like you eating one of Bad Empanada's snacks when you're not supposed to. And then like he walks into you and like, where's my, did you have my buffalo sauce? Not that Bad Empanada mows down buffalo sauce, but like, holy shit, that'd be so fucking funny. I would watch that. Guys, if you do that, please make it a reality show. Put cameras all around the house. I would totally watch.
Hang out with his best friend, CPS chairman, and avoid getting sued. And I was like, you guys are so fucking stupid. But it was fun. That was a fun one.
Yeah.
But I still get comments today, like fleeing like a little cockroach in Argentina could come back.
Oh man.
Are you serious?
With the Casey Tron stuff, Ethan tried to make it seem as though there was like absolutely no coercion whatsoever when it came to her settlement statement. But like, just what was it, a week ago, maybe 10 days prior to when she posted that apology video, she posted another video and basically said like, I'm very worried that
Oh shit.
This case is gonna get stretched out to December of next year.
I'm seeing updates like people are offering Frogan $20,000 to go on a podcast. Caleb Hammer, who does like financial audit, he's like, Frogan, $20,000 currently to come on financial audit. Legit, my team and I will respect what you wish to talk about and not talk about. I want to set you up for financial success. Let's do this thing. And Asmongold said he'll donate $10K to Frogan to appear on financial audit or give her $5K personally. What the fuck? That's fucking crazy, man. Holy shit, dude. Like, that's...
Cost me hundreds of thousands in legal funds. I have family members, some of which are disabled, and they rely on me. And I feel as though this...
It definitely set up, like, come on, I don't want to talk about this now, but, like, Hassan should, like, take care of this situation, I feel.
Harassment campaign has been hijacked by cynical actors that want to make me kill myself. That's what she said, like, all on video. And then, a week later, she's reading, I infringed the copyright. I was completely wrong, and Ethan was right. And I'm like,
Israel has a right to defend itself.
Free the like. How is it that there was no coercion in that process? Anyone who could just compute things on a very low level can say, okay, this is someone who was complaining, fearful that she was going to lose everything. And then a week later, she's like changed her tune, and Ethan was right about everything. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that gloating stream was not for normal people. That was for his fans. Because normal people see that and see her. You hear her situation. You hear how she, how...
Sorry, I stopped focusing on this because of the Frogan stuff. That's so fucking weird. I don't want to talk about it, man. Like, I don't want to give it more air.
How that
complaining, fearful that she was going to lose everything. And then a week later, she's like changed her tune, and Ethan was right about everything. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that gloating stream was not for normal people. That was for his fans. Because normal people see that and see her. You hear her situation. You hear how she...
Absolutely. The stream reacting to Casey Tron's apology was even stranger than the apology, and Ethan replaying the same parts. Let's enjoy some parts. Let's listen to that again. And he would do that. Like, let's hear that again. He would do that and like replay for his audience. And again, a lot of his fans were upset. They're like, he should have sued her for more. He should have taken the house.
How that story changed. I haven't seen the video you're talking about, but that's...
It's sad,
I mean,
dude.
I'm aware. It's like it's horrible. It's really horrible what he's done to this person and the abject fear of being in that situation. But I mean, when you have like Asmongold doing thumbnails with her face being like, this bitch does, like, she's getting what she deserves or whatever when she's crying. I mean, these are just cynical right-wing fascist freaks that want to see, you know, whatever woman they can in a situation of, you know, financial ruin. They want to see them crying if they feel like their creator has been emotionally slighted or whatever.
She better be careful because she might get fucking sepsis just being in the same thumbnail as Asmongold. But yeah, some of the stuff that guy's been saying lately about like the agreement with Nick Fuentes and just like the breaching the border of Nazism. Strange how Ethan hasn't condemned him because, you know, he balls to the wall over like someone like
Ethan's been trying to court Asmongold. Ethan is all up Asmongold's ass. He's talking about me for talking shit about Asmongold. Randomly brought up Asmongold at the end of one of their other streams, like brought up a joke that Asmongold has made. Ethan is all down with Asmongold, doesn't give a shit about the Nick Fuentes thing. Even Ethan criticizing, like, even as Ethan was watching the Nick Fuentes stuff, he was being way nicer to Nick Fuentes and talking about Nick Fuentes with like respect in a way and admiration. Like, he's funny at least, and he's like, he knows what he's doing, and he's smart, and he's like social media savvy, while he talks about like pro-Palestinian people like they're the fucking devil. Like, he shits on pro-Palestinian supporters, calls them terrorists, whatever fucking name you want, and the biggest anti-Semite in the world, the most popular anti-Semite, someone who Ethan should view as his biggest enemy, because Ethan has positioned himself as the fighter of anti-Semitism online, and his whole thing is fighting anti-Semitism for the future of his kids. Yet he's so fucking cool about Nick Fuentes, and he's so fucking afraid when he talks about Nick Fuentes because he doesn't want to piss off his audience. He doesn't want to piss off Asmongold's audience, and he doesn't want to piss off Nick Fuentes' audience. So he talks about him in a very acceptable way, in a very respectful way, as to not piss off potential viewers to his fucking sick-ass podcast. It's fucking pathetic, honestly. Like, Ethan is harsher towards me, someone who used to be a fucking fan of his, than he is towards Nick Fuentes, a man who openly says, I love Hitler. Like, it's fucking crazy. It's insane.
Addison from Cruel World Happy Mind, who was a very nice person. I've spoken just a few times to her, but she seems like a very nice person.
It was never about anti-Semitism with Ethan. It was never about anti-Semitism. It's literally people who criticize him. If Nick Fuentes, the biggest anti-Semite in the world, doesn't criticize Ethan, Ethan doesn't give a shit. He's not going to go for him. He would only go for Nick Fuentes if Nick Fuentes said something shitty about Ethan. That's it. As long as Nick Fuentes doesn't say anything negative about him, doesn't matter how big of an anti-Semite he is. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit.
She is a quote-unquote Nazi bitch, but Asmongold is nothing. He's praised him in the past.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember around that same time, Asmongold was doing like the 109 countries kicked out of, you know, Nazi propaganda, and then, more recently getting more acquiesced to Fuentes. And it's always telling in people's decisions on what to cover and what to speak out on. And even people don't want to like acknowledge that that there's more to that, I think, because that's also an accusation that gets weaponized a little bit. Like, why don't you talk about Sudan when you're talking about Palestine? You must be anti-Semitic, when, you know, in reality, a lot of the people saying exactly that don't talk about either, and actually like both what's happening.
I would like Ethan to give me just 2 simple facts about what's going on in Sudan. I just want him to know. I want to know if he knows like who the 2 militias are. If he could just tell me the 3-letter acronyms for both, and then I'll be fine.
ChatGPT can definitely tell you that much. But it's just like for years, like people would always be like, oh, why don't you talk about Sudan? Why don't you talk about Sudan? And it's like, hey, I built a platform talking off Palestine on the basis of.
Here, you guys can fit. If you guys want to watch the rest of this, let me share the link in the. You guys have all seen this, I'm sure. But you guys can go subscribe to No Politic here and watch the rest of it. But that was a very interesting segment on the lawsuits and stuff. Good to know that there's no lawsuit for Noah. Okay, let me quickly just open Twitter. And let's see. What's this guy's name? Caleb what? Caleb Hammer. Look, I do want to talk about this real quick. Since we opened the topic, just in defense of Frogan. I do want to quickly just cover how crazy here. I'm not going to watch the clip of her clip. We're not going to do that. We're not going to react to Asmongold reacting to it. I just want to show some of the crazier reactions. And the shit she's having to deal with. You know what I mean? We're not going to watch the video. I don't want to watch it here. So first of all, so you guys might have seen that video that went viral of Frogan on the phone with Capri and kind of just crying about like how streaming has been going for a while, etc., saying that it's not going great. It was reacted to, so Ethan reacted to that clip and said like, I've been paying my mods for years, by the way, kind of hinting that Hassan should be paying Frogan as a mod. Austin Knox had a great tweet who says, trying to sue her into bankruptcy for reacting to his video about her and then acting like it's Hassan's fault she's stressed about money. 2016, Ethan Klein would hate you. And that is very true. Again, Ethan trying to make this about Hassan not paying his mods when he's the one who's suing her and threatening her with bankruptcy, essentially adding all of this financial stress, not only financial stress, like we mentioned, because of the lawsuits. Frogan is getting like harassed nonstop on Twitter. And it's before the lawsuits. Like Frogan has been getting a lot of harassment for a while because of what she said about like the PTSD for veterans and like stuff like that. I know that, but the harassment has never been this bad. Ever since the lawsuits, it's been getting fucking worse. People just wishing for her to lose all of her money, go bankrupt, be homeless, put the fries in the bag, all that sort of shit. So Austin Knox saying, like, reminding Ethan that, like, my dude, she's not in financial trouble because Hassan isn't paying her. She's in financial trouble because you are threatening her with a massive, financially ruining lawsuit, essentially. And then what's kind of crazy is that people are starting to like question why Frogan like spends her money. So now there's this whole thing about like look, here's her now responding to someone asking her why she has fake lashes. Like, okay, what about the lashes? Do you have a friend who provides that expensive service for free as well? Now she has to explain to people that I don't have lash extensions. They're strip lashes, 10 reusable pairs for $10 from Amazon. Now Frogan, people are like accusing her of not spending her money responsibly and for spending her money irresponsibly because she's saying that like she's having some financial struggles right now and like she's not enjoying Twitch streaming. Okay? People are questioning how she spends her money. It is none of your fucking business if she has lash extensions, if they cost $10 or $100. What does this like? What do you have nothing to do with that? I guess she deleted the person who posted this deleted it, but like she's having to explain that she hasn't gotten lip filler. Now she's talking about her lip filler. I haven't gotten lip filler since 2022, and I used the Elf brow lamination gel for $9. She's now clarifying how she spends her money to appease these fucking psychos who are now going after her in bad faith. They don't care. They don't care if they got if she got lashes or if she got nails for how much. They just want to fucking bully this girl and they just want to fucking ruin her life. Okay? And this other person, Leia Sapienti, says, I saw some folks talking about the price of Frogan's nails, so here's an update. This person did a whole fucking breakdown on the price of her fucking nails. Can you fucking believe that? Like, how much of a fucking parasocial freak do you have to be to, first of all, accuse someone of, like, not spending their money responsibly online? Like, what the fuck do you know? And then go after, like, their fingernails because you think that they're living beyond their means, so now they have made themselves like the fucking judge and arbiters of how someone should spend their money, and they want to teach Frogan that, like, no, spending $100 on your nails is too much, actually. So Twitch streamer Frogan spends either the following: $135 for a full set nails with extensions and a removal of the previous Gel X extensions, or $120 for a full set of Gel X extensions, only if she comes in with no previous work on. She can possibly spend an additional $20 for nail art as well. These prices are specifically from her manicurist. This is also not including a tip because you should, of course, tip your nail technician as it is the polite thing to do. Like, holy fucking shit, I've never seen this. I've never seen anyone having to deal with that. But Maki is climbing on top of my jacket. Maki, get that. Why do you want to ruin my... What is it? Laundry basket needs to be moved. That's it. He's using the laundry basket to open the closet, and then he climbs on my jackets and like pokes a bunch of holes in them. Crazy Maki. Yeah, this is Sashi says this is misogyny shit. This is insanely misogynistic. Like, no, exactly. Is anyone going after me? Like, why did you buy the Lord of the Rings box set? Why do you have a new computer? Why did you get a new PC with like a nice graphics card? You're living beyond your means. Go get a job. Like, what the fuck does this have to do with you, man? It's fucking insane. So then Frogan, again, she doesn't have to respond to this, but like she's getting attacked from so many angles that she feels the need to fucking respond to the most absurd attacks. She's having to explain she does my nails for free because she's one of my very good friends. Plus, in exchange for content, hope this helps. It's sad that she even feels the need to have to clarify any of this. You know what I mean? She doesn't have to fucking clarify any of this. And look, again, I don't want to talk about this because I know Frogan. I met Frogan. I got to spend 3 days in Los Angeles with her, Capri, and Raph. They showed me such a good time. As someone who hung out with them for just 3 days, man. Okay, she lives very humbly. None of them live beyond their means. Okay, they're just regular fucking people. I don't know what luxury lifestyle you think they live. They don't. One fun thing, because we're all Arabs, we always had fun fighting over like who's gonna pay for the bill, me or Raph or Capri or Frogan. Everyone's always fighting with their cards. That's a very Arab thing to do. That's not a luxurious thing to do. That's just an Arab generosity thing. Every one of us was fighting to pay for the bill at all times. I think Frogan is generous when it comes to like her friends, when it comes to having fun with her friends. That doesn't mean she's living beyond her means in any way. I regularly look back at my trip in Los Angeles with a lot of fondness because I had so much fun, and because Frogan, Raph, and Capri really made sure I did not have a single boring second, man. I was there for 3 days. They took me around the whole fucking place, man. Like, we had dinner at Cheesecake Factory. Does a person who's trying to live the luxury LA lifestyle go to Cheesecake Factory for dinner? We went to Chick-fil-A, okay, for dinner. Like, this isn't someone that's like living in a luxury home or trying to like, again, I shouldn't even have to explain any of this. I shouldn't have to say any of this, but like, it sucks that she's going through this. It sucks that she's getting harassed over this now, and now you have people pretending to want to help to offer $20,000 to come on their podcast so they can like embarrass her and like make fun of like how much money she earns or anything like that. So, and again, if she wants to do it and get that 20K, fucking go for it. I'm not gonna fucking judge like shit, you know what I mean? But it just sucks that she's being put in that position for just fucking existing. For just literally existing on the internet right now. And for being vulnerable. You know? But again, as someone who got to meet her, who got to spend time with her, Raph and Capri, they were such good friends. They showed me such a nice time in Los Angeles. I never saw anything to even remotely suggest that these people are like living beyond their means or trying to live the fancy LA lifestyle. Or not at all, dude. Not at all. Like, everything we did was so fucking normal. We went to the fucking mall. We went to like a little anime shop. Like, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just fucking crazy. Anyways, and again, they're extremely sweet people, and they showed me such a nice time, and you know, they were cool as hell. So I'll always have their back, and I hate to see them going through shit online. So, and then you have someone else. So like Stardust finds this clip of Frogan mentioning how much he pays for her nails.
20. These are 100. 20.
These are 120. So she's like, huh? What do you mean they're free? Here's a video of you saying you're paying 120. What do you mean? So then Frogan has to clarify that this was from April 2024. Again, just insane shit. Insane shit. You know what I'm saying? Hidden Iron says gotta go. Peace out, Hidden Iron. Have a good night. We're gonna be done soon. I'm not gonna react to the Taylor Lorenz video. It's too late, and I might not even be able to game because it is too late. Most of you guys are going to sleep or something. So we'll try to game tomorrow or something, folks. We'll try to. I'm gonna game this week for sure. We're gonna play some Dispatch. I promise y'all. But tonight, I'm talking a lot. So let me see what's going on here. And then, okay, so like, and then this person, Frogan, saying like, I'm just helping this person out for content. I don't even pay for my nails. This person's like, hey, Frogan, what business revenue are you exactly driving to your manicurist if she has more subs than you on Instagram and you only had 100 viewers on stream with an inconsistent content schedule? Also, do you tip? People would like to know. Like, who the fuck are you to ask these fucking questions? Like, fuck you. Just fuck off. Fuck off. Also, Caleb Hammer is formally inviting you to a financial audit. You should go on there. So then here's what this is about. So Caleb Hammer offers to match Asman Gold's 10K charity dono for Frogan to appear on financial audit or give her 5K personally. Asman can do whatever he wants with his 10K. I'll match that 10K donation to a charity of your choice, or you can choose 5K to you. Oh, okay, so either 10K for charity or $5,000 to Frogan for her to get on financial audit. Let's see.
I mean, there's no way she's good with her finances, so I don't think she could accept that deal. Mr. Gold, if you hear this, let's just make it $10 for her to come on the show, and I'll match that 10,000 to come on the show to charity of her choice, and I'll match that. And then anyone else that wants to contribute to the pile, feel free. What's next in the Frogan lore?
You don't know what you did. Oh my God, he just goes on there and calls her bro.
We don't need to watch that. But anyways, wishing the best to Frogan. This is gonna pass. Keep your head up, girl. You know what I'm saying? Also, I did reach out to her separately before talking about this, just to give her my, just to give her some words of encouragement. I'm not gonna of course I'm gonna reach out to her in person if I'm gonna talk about it. I'm not asking permission if I could talk about this online. I didn't even know if I was gonna talk about this, but just to reach out to her, Also, Capri, way to make the conversation awkward. What, Capri, why'd you have to bring that up on stream? You bastard, Capri. But anyways, folks. Hope you guys... Swampy Boy said I got banned from the Discord. What did you say in the Discord, bro? But anyways, guys, I'm tired. I've been streaming for over 3 hours. I'll be back. So tomorrow, I might be busy. Tomorrow's Wednesday. I was invited to an Avatar premiere. I might have to... I don't know if I'm still going to go to that because I have also a bunch of work to do for this weekend. So there might not be a stream tomorrow, but I might also still try to game. We'll find out tomorrow, okay? We'll find out tomorrow. But more live streams this week. I know someone is dropping like an Ethan Klein Terminator style video, like Terminated or whatever. I forgot what his name is. Alex something. Someone's making an anti-Ethan video that's dropping tonight. So morning time for me. But a lot of streams coming this week. Lots of streams. Also, most likely a stream with Comrade Casey and James from Uninformed Leftist. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be happening this week. So there's going to be that. Dispatch Gaming streams. I promise you. The stream is all set up. I just got to pick a time. So maybe we'll try tomorrow. There might even be 2 streams tomorrow. Who the fuck knows? I'm just incredibly busy. So my schedule is all over the place. I want to give you guys a schedule, I promise. But everything is all over with Christmas coming. I got my comic book business. I got my Prince business. Trying to do hustling, folks. I'm hustling. I'm trying to make extra money on the side. So shit's a bit crazy. But lots of streams this week. Lots of streams, I promise. It's going to be crazy. So I'm going to go get some dinner. Maybe we'll watch the Taylor Lorenz thing tomorrow or something. I'll change the title now. Good night, everybody. And as... Ooh, my cookie wants to say bye. Say bye, my cookie. Say bye. Say bye. As always, folks. Do not